Lavia, yes. All right, live. Mr. Beast with AIDS, dude. Dude, since while we're waiting for Brandon, what was the genesis of musical just fucking being a complete piece of shit to you? Because like he talked a lot of shit, like anytime.
He was kind of going on. It's like he wanted a reaction out of it. That's kind of what I felt.
Yeah,
Like I felt like he was, no one else was kind of mentioning it, and then he would kind of bring it up at times. I don't know. Apparently, I said something on a clown show stream about him. I think it was to remember when those screenshots of like Myla in his chat was going around.
yeah,
I think I like used that to score points against her and was kind of like, hey, look, I'm not the only one in other chats. You are too. And I think he saw that as me like putting him down or something like that. But it's like so minute compared to like other people I've had to go at on the clown show. So I genuinely don't remember if I did say something about musical. But
yeah, 100%, dude. He'll seize any opportunity that presents itself. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I mean? And it's like in his mind, it's like, okay, like this is a safe guy to go at. He's not really like blah blah blah. So it's like, yeah, like it's just, and it's like it's 100% that and nothing else. At this point, it's just like it's so. I mean, like pathetic is the right word, but there's so many other words to describe it, like parasitic, fucking toxic. Like, I mean,
yeah, it's a little strange to be honest. But like at the end of the day, like I was the first kind of person to be like people were in my chat like, oh, who does Cam look like? He looks like this guy. He looks like that guy. He looks like, and I was like, well, actually, like one of the comparisons I've had in real life is Mr. Beast. Like I have actually had someone say like, oh, you look like Mr. Beast. So I kind of like was the first to mention it on one of my live streams, and everyone was like, oh, like fuck, that's funny, that's funny. And then the next time I hear it from him, Cam Russell looks like Mr. Beast with AIDS. You know what I mean? Like safe man looks like Mr. Beast with AIDS, and like keep going on about it. But it's not a big deal. Like I was the one that said Mr. Beast, and like
yeah, yeah.
I've
It's
been
not
called plenty worse. But yeah,
for
no,
sure.
that's what I found weird. It's like why is he even concerning himself with a 100 subscriber channel or someone that barely goes live or like
Yeah,
it was a
because
bit weird.
it's anything that's an opportunity. But also, dude, it's not the Mr. Beast shit. It's like, well, first of all, how fucking like just lame and uncreative is it to just take whatever insult and then just add AIDS? It's like the easiest thing in the
Yeah.
world.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
But it's also
And I
the
think
energy behind it. That's the thing. It's like him trying to
Well, I
like,
think part of it, like, I think a big reason, and like, this is even what I'm gonna have to explain to Brandon here. I think half the reason people don't like me, um, and like, it's different if you're like a Douglas or a Myler and you're over on Clown Show, but a lot of it is just because I do associate with Clown Show, because I am willing to go on there and put my face on, and I do say some, like, I can be a narcissistic prick. I can say some questionable shit at times, but I think that may be part of it. So I don't know, because I used to be in musical streams well before I like knew who Clown Show was, right? Like I'd heard of Ark and stuff like that, but I'd never really knew who the Clown Show was and even before I knew who you were. Like I maybe would be
yeah,
in a musical stream. So I don't, maybe I hope he's not that petty, but maybe he sees it as like Cam Russell's not in my stream anymore. He's over there on the Clown
oh yeah,
Show. But
dude.
it's like really, like it's not even like I make a conscious decision half the time to be like, I'm leaving all of these channels. It's like, dude, I'm on an oceanic time zone. Like you Brits stream at like 4 or 5 in the fucking morning for me. Like the
Yeah,
reason I would even frequent your chats more often is because like right now it's late at night. Like it's a lot easier for me to make a night stream than it is to like the first thing I don't wake up in the morning and go I wonder who's live on MMA YouTube.
yeah,
I go
yeah,
let me have a shower, take a shit, and fucking brush my teeth. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I've got work to go to, so it's like
Dude,
that's where those.
yeah, of course. No, I understand, but dude, what you're basically saying is that like you have a life outside of YouTube, like that, and that's the thing. It's like that's why it's like, at this point, it's like it's become so abundantly clear that like I mean, the similarities in all the most negative ways between clown show and musical, and like honestly, musical's worse than clown show by far. Like because
But the big difference is though, right? Like, and I'm not even gonna like say, like, because I'm happy to admit, I think I do think both probably do drama farm, but like I feel like I'm the only person in this entire fucking MMA space that's willing to say, yeah, I obviously we're all here because we like MMA. Like we didn't like UFC. What the fuck are you doing here? You right? Like, and that's one
yeah,
thing with musical. You're kind of like you don't think he likes MMA, which is
true,
kind of he's
yeah,
definitely not big on it. But I do get entertained when I see Vinny and Logan going on a panel. I do get entertained when I jump on and I have to go back and forth with my so I do find it entertaining, and people are so
dude,
scared to say they enjoy the drama and
bro,
shit like that because they see drama as some Beverly Hills wife reality TV show, but
yeah,
really like I find it funny to see two people go back and forth, and it's not like I'm, like if it was and like this is the only time it really like started and like affecting my fucking outside life is like when I was in like the Mecca, right? Which I did ask for and I did enjoy, but it was like I had to be at certain places at certain
yeah,
times, which is why
yeah,
I'm not in the second one. But outside of that, like I'm lucky enough to work a job where I have Bluetooth earmuffs on majority of the day, so I can kind of chuck someone's stream on and listen to 3 or 4 hours of the clown show or an hour of this or an hour of Guru. You know what I mean? So I'm able to kind of. So I don't mind the back and forth and a bit of the drama and a bit of the entertainment. Everyone else seems to fester in it and love it and make reactions to it and panel to it. But the moment they kind of get pressed on it, it becomes I'm only here for MMA. And it's
yeah.
like I just don't buy that.
I don't like the disingenuousness of a lot of people that act like they're not around for the shit. But more so than that, dude, what makes me kind of like, sick is like is somebody like Musical who like who so clown show, that's all he does, that's all his show was attacking fucking what's up, man, was attacking people you know on in YouTube. The thing with Musical is basically he does, and more so lately and to a crazily exponential degree, it's the same thing, but he does this sick fuck veneer of being on a moral high ground. And like,
yeah, I would agree. Yeah,
at the least, I could say at the least for Clown Show, he doesn't. I guess he tries feebly to pretend he's not as much of like a fucking incel piece of shit as he is, but he also owns being like a fucking piece of shit who just attacks people. Like, there's like somewhat of an honesty to him.
It's also in the title too, like clown show, emphasis on show. Like I think I'm one of the only people that understands that too. You know what I mean? Where like
I think
I feel like a lot of other people, and like even me at times, it kind of blends with their reality, and therefore it becomes like more of a personal fucking real life thing.
That definitely happens with all the fucking like Charles Smith and shit. But I think you're infusing some intellectualism into his choice of Clown Show as a name, dude. I don't think he really thought it through like that.
Yeah, but there's been some time like I I know everyone loves the backstage, but I have been backstage, and it's not like
I have too. But
yeah, I know, but it's not like it's super fucking different or anything like that.
No,
but it is
that's right.
Yeah, but you've been backstage after a stream. Like I had to go back there to make sure, like, because obviously when I first like offered to pay the money for the Mecca, there was like, I was instantly brought back there because he kind of like people were telling him I was gonna fuck him over with all this money, and
Remember, it was gonna be you and I were gonna match each other and shit, but then he fucking pulled that shit where he fucking pulled out of his ass, like, the shit, claiming I had said that shit about Douglas, which was absolutely, not only is that not true, but he had never even asked me questions like that. And also I would never confide anything in him in a, like typing in the backstage of a StreamYard, because of course I would assume. I mean, why do you think he didn't have any proof of it? Because it's like it wouldn't have happened.
Well, only you and him know what was said there, but something was said, right? And I don't know whether it was to do with like, because he did talk about some movie, like you guys were talking about comparing it to a movie. So I don't know whether it was Douglas's livelihood or someone else's. But
I don't even remember what it was, dude. But I promise you, dude, he never even prompted me with a question about like, yo, what does Douglas do or not do, whatever the fuck, like, so I mean, and that's everything about that reeks of Mila, Mila saying shit, because Clown Show was probably insecure after the time she crashed out and said like,
no, and that's like half the time. Well, the one time for the Mecca, and then the other time I had to go backstage is because like Mila's constantly just saying random shit about me to the point where I had to go defend it, right? So like I've made that very clear with Clown Show backstage and on live stream panels, where I do think, as much as she might provide some content and it's funny to laugh at this and funny to laugh at that, she also does create some fucking issues. So yeah, I do think Mila can be a fucking issue. But I don't know if she was behind the whole Douglas Memo car theft thing or not. I honestly don't, and I don't really care too much because I wouldn't be surprised if Douglas deals drugs, and I don't care if he does. It's his own fucking life.
Mean, it's just like it's one of those things where it's like it's like I wouldn't see. It's like one thing is this, right? It's like somebody tries to play me against someone, and they do it in a way that like where that other person believes it. Then it becomes like it's like okay, like no, like this shit never happened. It's like it's something that like to where it's like it's like I so don't give a fuck, but I do, because it's like Memo believed him originally, like and like you know what I mean, and it's like dude, it's like I consider Memo basically a friend. Like I would never, I'm not a fucking like cop caller or snake like that anyway. I would never incriminate somebody, even if they're no matter who they were. Like especially to somebody like that who would dude, I heard recently that he told people that I gave him Moz's fucking info, like his like address, or so somebody said that, or somebody said that he said that. And it's like I would never do that, like because he could easily, like, if I had done that, bro, he could easily prove that I had done that. Like it's like I'm not stupid, like you know what I mean. And it's also like I wouldn't.
Yeah, I get it, but like probably more so you than even me. Like I might be catching up now, but you've spent so many countless hours over there, not just going at him, but going at people, dude. Like you may have said shit like that you actually just don't remember.
No,
you know what I mean? Like
but there's a difference. No. I'm talking about somebody saying that like I gave that I gave him. First of all, I would have no means to communicate with him, like to where I would be able to send him anything. But like that I like gave him like Moz's like home address or some shit. Like like obviously that didn't happen, like and obviously like it's just like things that don't make any that like if you just think about it wouldn't make any sense. It's like what would the upshot be for me? And it's like, dude, it's like sometimes like I will definitely appear to be less aware than I am, which a lot of the time I'll be honest is like a bit of a strategy depending on the situation, because when you do that it makes people drop their how much they're not saying certain things or not revealing shit, and yeah, like so it's like from the outside looking at people, oh, Joe's just careless and you just fucking whatever, but it's like nah, dude, like I'm actually, that's why it's like musical farming drama with 3 streams in a row with my picture in the thumbnail and name in the title. Giuliano Argenti won't stop doxing people. It's like, nah, dude. Simon Feck put the name of a company that is about to be sponsoring me in the title of a hit piece video on me, and I commented on it being like, yo, dude, do me a favor. I asked him very nicely. I was like, do me a favor, dude. Keep this video up, put my name in the title, like you have it. Just do me a favor, take the name of the site down. He deletes the comment, and 12 hours later, he still got the video up. So you know what that means to me? It means this guy doesn't mind fucking around with actual business, and he's basically telling me like, fuck you can't do shit. So like, yeah, exactly, Alan. So it's like I had to let him know I wasn't playing. So I said his fucking first name to him, and I'm like, look, like I'm not fucking around, dude. Like just take that out of the title. And he did exactly what he should have done in the first place, right? Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, like it's between you and Fick with all that sort of shit. But I'm not the person to take your side or anyone's side on it, because when it comes to doxing for me, I couldn't give a fuck. I live my life like, and even like DMs, right? Like it's a bit annoying if you DM someone something and they go say it to other people, because just sometimes it starts shit. But I don't message someone something I don't mean. I wouldn't, like, I have nothing to hide from in my life. I use my full name. I'm happy to give would I want my exact address out there? No, but not because it's bad. It's just inconvenient if people can annoy you with it. But I don't give a fuck about doxing. I just don't. But if someone really doesn't want to be doxed, they really want to, then I understand.
Doxing because you live all the way in buttfuck Egypt, dude. You live in Australia. You don't have to worry about shit. Like, neither do I. But I mean, like, do you hear what you're saying? You don't care about doxing? Like, the fuck's wrong with you?
Doxing's not just address. It's name, it's age, it's everything. Like, you guys act like everything should be hidden. No, and obviously you don't care about doxing either. Didn't someone go to your like place or something?
Kim, I have my name out there too. I don't give a fuck about that. But like, people take I mean, Arkansas flashed my phone number on his stream, dude. Like, what the fuck is that?
Get a new phone number. It's not like my issue.
Nah, dude. See, you're a dumbass. You're a dumbass.
Dude,
Yeah, but Brandon, you take this whole approach of like, he gave my phone number and stuff. Like, you've been outed for being in multiple Discords trying to find the guy's information so many different times. So it's like you're trying to do the same thing
to me. But after this is not from nowhere, bro. This guy like doxed me countless times.
Cam, to be fair, I have come to learn, like, not, and this isn't just Brandon telling me shit. This is a lot of people, like, people like Moise who, like, don't talk to Brandon because Brandon and Moise are not fucking friends by any means at all. Like, it's like I've heard multiple independent people who are at odds with each other still that, like, yeah, Clowncho over the years has gone, like, out of his way to do shit like that.
Right, so but the same way I'm like, I don't really care that Clown's done that. This is what I'm saying about you doing it to Fick as well. You know what I mean?
Like, and I get that, but what I did to Feck was I said his first fucking name, right? That's not address information, and that's why Musical on that fucking gay panel, like, when people kept asking him, so he put Feck's like address out there. He knew he had to be careful because you can accuse anyone of doxing, quote unquote. The second you say, like, oh, this guy released his name or his address and you're lying and it's not true, you're committing a crime in the UK. Like,
Yo, can I just say something right now? Something hilarious. You know that Arkansas is like watching right now and well, honestly, Cam, I'm not even gonna judge you, dog. I'm just like, what do you think when Arkansas is like just like manic and like, I mean, you don't think he's just a straight weirdo? Like, maybe you don't, but like the shit he does, making people.
You think this is all real life, though, man? Like this is like, and I don't want to pull a curtain too much. Like, I think he does get angry. I think he does get mad. I do think he rages out. I do think he plays it up for content. That's me being 100% honest. The same way I go live and I play up shit too. Like,
you're a bad judge of character, bro. Dude, this guy. Okay, but Cam, he's done like. Since 2000,
only really been good to you, dude. And Cam, you're a smart guy, so I think you accord. I think you like treat people as though.
But he's not that smart, fool. Like, look what he's saying.
No, I'm
he doesn't even acknowledge this shit.
It's like Cam though. I feel like will give somebody, like, intellectually, he'll give somebody the benefit of the doubt until, like, and
until what? Until what? Like, what is Arkansas?
You guys act like being in his show, jumping on his panel is. I agree with everything he says. The same way I go on Giuliano's panel, I don't agree with everything Giuliano does and says. Like, I don't agree with anything, everything that anyone does. Like, I find his show entertaining. I like the fact that a link gets dropped. I like going back and forth with people.
I got you.
The same thing that Brandon, you used to do that in your early 30s. Why is it an issue that I'm doing it in my?
Why are you acting like me right now? Why are you acting like me right now? It's way too early for me to even argue. But look, dude, I was just arguing
in the chat, dude. Like, you did start this.
I know. I was arguing in the chat because it's 4:30 a.m. I'm not,
It's all right. Yo, Brandon, what's up?
Wait, but I just wanted to ask him, like. Okay, so the whole like making people like when he gets manic about people not being in his chat, like dude, he's shown you like maybe he plays some shit up, but like he's obviously like whatever, dude. You know what? I realize that you're more like him than not, so there's no really like talking to you. Like you're like I thought you were like a smart guy, but I think you like.
Yeah,
you say that. What you said was like the playing up the whole people being in your chat. If you actually like have watched half of my appearances, a lot, like some of them have started with me being in a hot seat because I have to go on there and be like, look, yeah, I wasn't in your chat. I'm doing this. Yes, I have a real life. Yes, I'm doing this. You act like anyone over there is one of you.
I realize you're just boring. You're just boring as like I don't give a fuck about you.
I'm just beating your points, bro.
No,
you live within this. You live within hypocrisy.
Like you've been on this. He's whack. He's
been on this. Hey, hang on. You've been on Giuliano's stream so many times saying like you have a reason to hate this guy. He destroyed your like channel and your livelihood.
No, and then you're in chat today. My channel or my life. Dude, my life is far better than yours and his. Dude, you both are the same. Like you're an incel too, bro. Like it's so obvious.
Dude, you're in your 30s trying to get email Nelson to fight you in League of Legends games when you don't have kids.
Let me at least talk.
Like who's the incel there?
I was just sitting there silent, bro. I mean, I just want to tell you what I think. Because hearing you, like, I thought you were a pretty normal guy. And I thought you were just like everybody else, just donating because you love the show. And I get it. It's like, do your thing, man. But then I started realizing, like, when you were talking to Mila, it was just so pathetic because you like start putting on this like, hey, yeah, Mila, what's up? And like, it's just so pathetic.
Yo,
And like,
Brandon,
I think you're an incel too. I mean, that's just really what I think, though.
hold up.
Dude, I literally switched to like trying to have a black voice because I was doing a freestyle rap.
No, I mean,
I'm
but
able to make a mockery of myself to provide a panel
so
full of
am
content.
I,
I'm
but
confident
that's not
enough
a
to do
mockery.
that.
No.
No, you don't understand that, dude.
So
You didn't
bad.
read that sarcasm.
He's so
You
mad
actually
right
thought
now.
you actually
saying-
thought that I
Why
are
hang
you
on,
so
Brandon,
mad?
you're interrupting me. You're interrupting me. You actually
Are
thought
you
that
so
me
mad,
saying
incel?
when Mila rhymed
yo.
cam with wham
All
with
the
slam, and I
incels
said,
relate
"Wow,
to each
that's
other.
really good." Are you just
Point
gonna keep
talking to them
interrupting me?
because
I
they all
listened
relate
to
to each other. Of
Well,
course,
dude,
I
you're
listened to
born.
what you had to say.
Yo, let me-
Brandon, why don't you
faggot.
act your
Let me figure
age, bro?
something
You're
out.
in your
He
30s,
keep
man.
yelling,
It's time to grow
faggot.
up, dude.
Yelling, dog.
Yo, Brandon,
Yelling because he's an
Brandon,
incel.
Brandon, one second. All right, so for, like real talk, like Cam's not an incel. Cam called Mila out on Nat shit before anybody. He's always been saying like he's basically been telling Clown Show like, don't you recognize this bitch is like fucking playing you without saying it like that for a long.
I said
for
it from
a
day
while.
dot when she was a
Yeah.
part of your channel. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah, that
you-
definitely- yeah.
On man, Gio, I'm disappointed in you, bro. I mean, listen, Gio's a nicer person than me, so Gio gives people a chance. But Gio, I know you know, bro. I know you know, dude. Like in your heart, you know objectively the truth about these people, like each one of them, and it's like I don't have to tell you. Like Gio knows. Like anyone with half a brain knows, Cam. It's not a fucking big mystery, okay? I thought you had a head on your shoulders. You don't, though. So it's all good, G. I'm gonna
Okay,
treat
so
you
what
like.
do you know? Enlighten us.
No, I
Because
mean,
earlier you
Gio.
said you saw me in an objective light. So what's your objective? What was the light
Yeah,
you saw me in, Brandon?
because at first I was like, fuck this Cam fucking bitch, because he's donating money to the guy that I hate, you know? And it's like, who is this fucking guy? But then I saw you on stream. I'm like, okay, you seem like a person. I think you're probably a personable dude. You don't seem like a bad person to me, right? But you're also just like, yeah, you're like enjoying the show. And anyways, I think Gio knows the truth about the lot of you. Like, you guys relate to each other on a seriously intrinsic level for some reason, and you can deny it, Cam. But I think, how old are you, Cam? You're like a young guy, right?
24 years of age.
You're a young guy, but I mean, yeah, I just feel like maybe you live far in like some rural shit, and you don't have a lot of life experience, and you guys relate to each other in that way, and you guys get to kind of have your recess session. You guys probably didn't go to school much, so you didn't get to live that out with real people. So I feel
So how
bad
come if I'm doing that at 24, it's like I have no social life and I live in a rural area?
I mean,
but when you hang
obvious
on,
you
Brandon, hang on. I just let you spoke though. Come on, let's be normal
fair
about this.
Fair play.
So how come when I'm doing that at 24, I live in some rural area and I've had no life experience or no social life? But when you admitted to you were doing that in your early 30s on Clown Show, then it's normal and it's okay and you understand the hypocrisy there? Like,
no, it's not.
Plenty of people have gone to Clown
I mean,
Show. Not everyone that goes to that channel is what you think they are. And this is
But
what
mate, when
Giuliano
I was
says
your
when he does
age-
this whole.
But
when
mate,
Giuliano
when
does,
I was
yeah,
your
you were out,
age,
you were
I
clubbing,
was.
you were partying, you were dropping
No,
tabs,
it wasn't
you
even
were having
that.
rails.
It was like
you don't
I was
think
just.
I also do
It
that
wasn't.
stuff? Like,
Cam, you're missing the point. It wasn't about clubbing or party. It was like I was having interactions with real people in the real world. You get
do you
it?
not think I also do that? Like,
I don't.
what would make you think that? I think the reason you're kind
It's
of
not an insult, though. It's not an insult. It's just like I think that's what binds you guys together. You know what I
but
mean?
it's just the wrong observations. I'm asking you why you
That's
would
fair,
think
and
that.
I can be wrong about that, Kim. And you might be one of the few guys over there, but I mean, well, what tells me is that you're blind to a lot of shit there. You ignore basic, like, disgusting shit that goes on over there, like, and you don't see the fact that Clown is like just the strangest incel like on the internet. Like, how do you not see that? You think it's a show, but you're insane. Like, if you think it's just a joke, bro. The guy has never been on a plane. I mean, Cam, he's never shown his face, and he's like scared to show his face, bro. I mean, honestly,
Yeah, but
bro.
you act like
No,
we're
no,
all
no,
free.
no,
Like,
no, 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 no,
like
no,
here's the
don't
thing, right? You
talk
go
over
to
that, though.
Giuliano's.
But
No,
don't
you go to
talk
Giuliano's
over
channel.
that.
and you like claim to be a friend and stuff, right? Like I'm not friends with
No,
Clown
no,
Show. I'm
no,
not
no,
friends
no,
with
no. Don't get
Giuliano. I'm not
into
friends
No,
with anyone that I speak
not-
to in
put me in
chat.
a fucking
It's a
box.
small
Cam.
amount of entertainment on
You don't
YouTube that I
know
click.
Gio.
Like-
Dude, I don't know Gio. We know each other on the internet. I don't know Gio. Like, and Gio doesn't know
Yeah,
me.
but you
Like,
you do. I have heard you claim that he's your friend. Like the same way I don't know Clown Show. I'm
we're
not
friendly.
responsible for
What is
whether.
a friend? I don't have friends, bro. I live a life of solitude. I don't trust people. So
But how
I mean-
how are you like trying to criticize me and say I don't have a social circle and I'm a recluse and everything like
just-
this, and now you're saying that you
Cam,
don't have friends
Cam,
and you live in
so
you're
solitude?
taking offense to that. I just said I wasn't trying to offend you.
I'm just explaining back to you what you said to me.
Okay,
And
yeah,
here's the
and I
issue: like
told
I don't have to be smart or good at debating. The issue is I'm actually in the right here, and you're just
Alright,
you say
yeah.
I'm blind. You're blinded by your rage towards Clown Show.
No,
Right?
I'm
And this
not.
is like you'll
I'm
see
really
you'll see
not.
Giuliano a lot of times say
Let me
he doesn't want to
fucking-
put these
alright,
ultimatums
Bodhi,
on
let me-
people. No,
let me
hang
say
on.
something.
You
Let me
do
say
this thing where you say you don't want to put these ultimatums on people. Like Giuliano doesn't hate everyone that goes to musical stream,
Put
right?
what
Because he
on?
understands that some
Put
people are
what on?
entertained by it, but he doesn't
on,
like
hold on.
musical. He doesn't
Put
hate
what on
everyone that
people?
goes over to these channels. So
What
why
on
is it
people?
just you
Oh my
that
god! What
hates
did you
Clown
say?
Show and therefore everyone that goes to their channel? You do this to
Cam,
everyone. Like you
Cam,
start off
your
hating
accent.
Douglas,
What
and then
did you
try
say?
and
I didn't
you
hear what
start
you
off-
said.
You said ultimatums.
He put what on
ultimatum,
people?
right?
Oh, okay, okay.
So Giuliano has this thing where he likes to say, "I'm not putting any ultimatums on people.
Well,
like
yeah, but
I
it's-
hate musical, but anyone goes over." But this is exactly what Brandon's doing. It may not be an ultimatum as
Well,
if I can't go to his channel,
so-
but it's judging someone based on one stream he sees them in. That's what, and
so,
he does it with Douglas. He goes, "Oh, Douglas, you're a normal guy though, dude.
Okay,
Why would you
Gio,
be over there?"
Gio,
And then
I don't
with
want to
Myler,
ramble,
he
but
does
at
the
least
same
let me
thing.
respond,
Like,
and then I'll shut the
so-
fuck up. Okay, just let me respond. Okay. All right, Cam. Okay, look, bro. In a way, like in this game I play with Clown, it is, yeah, sometimes I'm going to have to be a hypocrite, you know, like it just is what it is. That's what happens. And like when I'm doing this shit, I'm not giving people ultimatums. I'm literally just asking you questions. Okay. This whole thing started with me asking you a question and you went off the deep end. Okay. I think there's a sense of like truth to what I'm saying. Maybe I'm not nice about it. And maybe I'm not right about everything, but the dose of truth I gave Clown since his inception, it's hurt his feelings. Like that's all it's ever been. Why do you think Clown hates me so much? It's because I really hurt his feelings. Okay. Like that's why, because I made fun of his face and I say like, you know, I say real shit to him. And I mean, it's just crazy to me how like I put myself out there. I've never hidden anything. Right. And so, but he can say everything he wants about me and never even shows his face. I mean, that's just such a lack of integrity. How could I ever believe anything he says? And that's just my point of view. Okay. I'm not giving you an ultimatum. I have no control, but he has a sense of control over you because you love hanging out on the panel. I don't have anything to offer you. So why would you listen to me? That's all I'm saying, Cam. That's it.
All right. Yo, let me say something about it. All right. So first of all, like, so Cam, like, there's like, or actually first to Brandon, right? Like, you know that fucking Charles Smith, like I've talked about, for everybody that I know that's like regularly in Clown Show's fucking streams that is a misfit piece of shit, incel, fucking just drag of society, from Charles Smith to Irregardless to, you know, fucking Vinny and all of them, right? I mean, you know, it's like Cam, I know to be like, you know, an outlier from that type of, you know, from that group of people. And it's like the thing is, Cam, it's like, you know, I know that you said that, like, you know, once you got like invested to a certain point, you know, in his like fucking mecca, you were just like, you know, after a certain point, it's like you're committed. So it's like, you know, it's like you basically, you know, and I did say this to you, you know, like, you know, and I said, you know, I'd say it privately because it's like I didn't want, you know, it's like, you know, once again, it's like I didn't want it to appear like I was trying to pressure you to like take a side, because you know, I'm not going to do that because I think things will come out in the wash. It's like, you know, it's very, very quickly, like Clown Show and Musical does the same thing. He fucking imposes, like, you know, like on people that are loyal to him, like tests of their fucking loyalty, and like, you know, like you said, it's like you're in a hot seat from the guy whose fucking tournament you're financing, and it's just like, it got to be to where it's just like you know, and it's like I think to some extent it's like that happened. It's like one day it's like you woke up.
Well, that was before the game, right? Like, so the whole, like, the reason I wouldn't go, like, here's the thing, right? Like, when I put that money into his game, he said, look, there's going to be some crazy, dumb, stupid rules that you're going to find annoying. It's going to fuck with you. I accepted to play that game. I wanted to play that game. I pushed for that game. So yeah, if Clown had turned around, like, this is the issue. You guys think that if he had turned around and said, if you're going to be in my Mecca, you can't speak to your parents. Like, no, I wouldn't have done that. That's absurd. But for him to say, don't go chat in Giuliano's stream for a month, that's not like a hit to me. That doesn't hurt me. That doesn't affect me. So I followed along, sure.
Right,
but I think the root of the problem lies, like, you guys think that if Clown Show says he can beat up anybody in the world and he can beat up any like UFC fighter, or you think just because I'm not going on panel and saying no, Clown, actually Conor McGregor would knock you out. It seems like Brandon thinks that I buy that in the same way that I can get along with you and I can jump on a panel and be okay with you, Giuliano, but I don't think you have 140K subscribers. You know what I mean?
Yo, you don't even listen, dog. Like, you don't know. Nobody believes that. Nobody in his audience thinks he can knock out anybody. What are you talking about, bro? I just don't like you supporting this guy so wholeheartedly when you support him fiscally, which is the only way you can really support someone, right? So you support this guy fiscally, or at least you did before I got his monetization taken away. And I was just like, damn, this guy really fucking supports this guy, and he's a vile piece of shit. I mean,
are you talking about the money for the Mecca?
No.
I mean, no. You just donate a ton of money to the guy, and anyone who donates money to him, I don't like, because the guy doesn't have any money. He lives off the state.
That's a ton of money for you, though. Like, because for me, that's like $250.
No, dude, you donated. I think, or maybe I'm wrong, but I felt like streams. No, listen, man, you donated
I think it would be like
Cam.
Maybe
let me say something, dog.
For like
no, I think you. Okay, maybe I'm tripping, but somebody.
I think $250 maybe.
Somebody donated like $1,200 to him in the span of a month. I thought that was you, bro. Maybe it was for the Mecca then. Okay, maybe I'm tripping, but anyway,
which went to a winner, right?
So you don't understand. Anybody who donates like anything to that fucking guy is like, and dude, you're like, these people talk about money, bro. Like, just because I don't talk about my net worth doesn't mean I don't have money. I can tell you one thing though. Arkansas has zero money. Like, that's all I know. That's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah. So like,
but I don't care whether he's broke, rich, whether he can knock anybody out or he can knock nobody out, right? Like, I find his shows entertaining. I genuinely do, and it's not always...
that's fair, bro, and that's fair. But you have to understand when he takes it. So you find it entertaining when he's like. So what about when he's actually like fucking? Yeah, you said you don't care about doxing. I realize you're just a piece of shit. So I'm kind of done talking to you. You're fucking. You don't care when people get doxed. You're a piece of shit.
I mean,
dude, you're just paranoid. You're too scared to write pathetic in a YouTube chat.
Bro,
that's the definition of pathetic. That's like frail and scared, dude.
Fucking retarded.
Let me explain something. Actually,
I get Aussie. Dude, do you know how many Aussies have come through and supported Ark that are faggots that I fucking scared off? Fucking drunken.
I'm from New Zealand. It's a different country. It's a different country.
You're soft. Dude, your nation is soft as shit. You're soft. You're fat.
Dude, don't even make me start going into this whole mum shit.
You're an incel, and it's obvious. Quiet.
Dude, why don't you go get crazy, Felice, bro? You're a failed. You're a Jewish child actor.
Go charm Mila again. He's going with the Jewish child actor. Are you jealous?
Jewish child actor, and he still couldn't make it. Jealous?
What do you mean make it? What are you talking? Dude,
you're in your 30s challenging female Mason to a League of Legends battle.
So is making $1 million? Dude, I made $1 million doing acting. Did you? Like, what do you
want to know what making it is for me?
No, hold on.
Hang on.
I'm asking you.
No, I haven't. No, I'm not a millionaire.
Hold on.
No, I would be somewhat close.
I'm not either, but I'm asking you. Is making $1 million failing?
It depends what your idea of success is.
No. I'm just asking because you talk a bunch of shit.
Is being in your late 30s and not having kids, spending your hours in a night,
I'm just saying,
watching Clown Show and waiting.
Hold on, I'm just telling you, just to clarify, because you always clown me on this child actor and Jewish shit. Dude, I did over 30 shows, 12 commercials, made $1 million in the span of a decade when I was a kid. What did you do? Like, you've done nothing.
Why don't you do it anymore? Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. You're a Jewish child actor. You were pumped. You were thrown into it.
You say I failed,
though. You had the opportunities. You had the opportunities to make way more than $1 million.
Opportunities, bro. You have no idea.
Look how little you came through, dude. You're a failure.
Yeah, I'm a
Right,
fail,
yeah,
dude. Dude, this
You
guy
did
says I
take your
failed.
life by
yeah.
success at the age of 6.
Yeah, I have to mute
I
both of you
have.
really quick. I have to mute both of you really quick. This is the bottom line, okay? Brandon looks at clown show the way I look at musical. The difference is this, okay? Brandon looks at people financing and keeping clown show's ability to make money alive. Okay, he looks at them as just as guilty as him, like for the most part. Where I look at people doing the same for musical, it's the same fucking thing. All he fucking has is YouTube drama farming bullshit and donations and shit to keep him, covering like 20% of the fucking rent to his wife's 80%, right? What the difference is, I blame him and only him, whereas Brandon looks at like a lot of the people around Contra like feeding into it, financially, as also being part of the same problem. I mean, and that and honestly, it's like somebody like Charles Smith is definitely a fucking problem.
But
Yeah.
Charles Smith here, right? But
I,
Brandon, you try to
I'm
play
not going
this.
to talk. No, hold on, Cam. Let me ask Gio something. But
All right,
Gio, why do you have to compare Cam to literally the most strange fucking guy on the planet?
I put Charles Smith is just dude. It's basically Cam and everybody else, dude. Like,
Wait, what? Oh,
it's
okay.
It's Cam on one side and everybody else, dude. It's like it's like.
So let me ask Brandon this though. Like, I've got a question for him. When Giuliano was over there doing like hours of stream, trying to help Clown Show out, get his show together, maybe recommending him to go. Hey, hang on, Giuliano. Hang on, dude. Don't talk over me. Over there, like asking him to go to Kick, asking him to go to Rumble. Was that incel recluse version of Giuliano, or was that maybe just someone that can enjoy a stream and be entertained, but doesn't have to live their life the exact same way? You understand
Obviously,
that?
I used to do the same thing Gio did, because what you did, I used to donate to ARC and be like loving the show, bro. But then it's like it just all goes dark. So no, it's
you just couldn't handle it, man, and that's okay. Like plenty of people can't, but I don't mind going on a panel and having to go.
Listen, man,
right?
I think you're an incel because you haven't had sex with a woman. I mean, Gio has girlfriends, man. He has good-looking women in his life. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Gio's the one guy who shows you that, so it's not really.
Okay, what about you though? What? Like, yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't put my fuck. If I am
me?
single right now, but if I had a girlfriend, I
Yes,
wouldn't put her on stream.
I mean, do you want to know about the 21-year-old I fucked last night? I mean, what are you talking about?
If I get to 30, oh yeah, the 21-year-old you fucked last night. That's what an incel would say, bro. Yeah, I'm 38 and I got a super hot 21-year-old last night, bro.
But brother,
Did your 5'6" version of yourself tell you you're a Jewish actor and that you're like famous? And did you show her the cover photo of your one movie together? Or did you show her your League of Legends setup? Is that what got you?
No, I showed her my 8-inch on Snap, dog.
I showed her my 8-inch on Snap.
Bottom line is this. Right? Like, Cam can get girls, and you can tell because of the way Cam doesn't say shit.
I'm just a normal person. I'm not saying I get Megan Fox.
No, you're really not. You're really not.
I've had girlfriends.
You're
I've had a
really
relationship. Yeah, I've had sex.
You're not. You're not.
That's just your result to saying that to every single person, though. And it's funny, right? Because the same thing you go at Clown Show for, like calling all these people incels, threatening them to fight them and shit. That's exactly what you do. The moment we have a disagreement, you call me.
What are you talking about?
I saw you with PTSD, bro. You're like, oh, I'd never lose to a faggot. I'd beat the living shit out of you.
Well, I mean,
now
I
you're
wouldn't.
trying to set up a fight with Douglas.
But I wouldn't. That's
now
not
you're telling me I'm soft.
So
you literally, the whole thing about you hate about him is he plays this like tough guy persona or whatever. You're trying to do the exact same thing, and you're literally just worse at doing it.
If someone's gonna bring that energy, I'll send it right. Cam, if someone's gonna show me a certain form of energy, like Gio, in my Discord or when we're talking on IG, do I ever fucking do this shit? Like, do I ever talk shit?
It's like, Cam, I think that Contra really does bring out like the fucking worst in people, and it's like after, I mean, dude, it's that's why Moyes like literally just avoids the shit at all costs, and like there's other people that don't even. Dude, I found out about this kid fucking what's his name, Brandon? That kid Bigfoot. Bro, that kid's got like a grown out Edgar cut, crying and donating like what little money he gets scraped together to some woman that has been absent from social media for like 5 years because Clown Show fucked with his head to the point where like that's where he.
No, I can't even blame Clown for that retard. That guy's just fucking dumb.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's like why? But see, I could blame him because he's like, okay, let me get this fucking like.
Well, he definitely exploited him.
Onto it, yeah. Exploited him, and it's like.
Yeah.
You know, and having fucking Justin on when he was like a fucking kid and all this shit, and like, you know, and yeah, it's fucking, and there's this guy Shock too, that like, you know, the Clown Show fucking had on, and yeah, he had that pedophile gnome chat on the first time I was ever on a Clown Show panel, like that guy was a regular. I didn't know that. He shows up halfway through the stream, and I fucking, you know, I fucking like tore him apart, but like, which was nice to do, but still, it's like, you know, I'm like, you platform this guy like regularly, like.
I have an idea, dude, because I kind of have a feeling what's going on here. I think like Cam might be defending Clown Show a bit because, like, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe he just wants to go back on the panel and be like, you know, Ark will be like, Cam was so right. He was defending me and doing all this game.
Yeah, dude. Do
you really think that's what's going to happen here? Do you really think it's going to be open up? It's going to be.
So listen,
it's going to be why did you even associate and give those two guys what you want? Right? Like, I'm my own person. I don't care what you think Giuliano thinks or Clown Show thinks.
Listen, man, if it happens, I'm going to clip it and then I'm going to just like link you and be like, see?
Benny,
what?
Okay, so
but this is your chance. This is your chance to go at me, dude.
No, I want to talk about something else. Let's talk about MMA because I mean, it's like.
Actually, we should talk about MMA.
This guy is never.
It's a cop out though, right? Because you're in the chat saying that I'm like a nice guy, and you're on musical stream saying Cam's a nice guy, and then like we're in Giuliano's chat today. Hang on though, Brandon. Hang on though. I see you come in. I didn't say a single thing to you, right? You like, yes, maybe sometimes I'll defend that the Clown Show's entertaining and I enjoy going over there, but just because he hates Giuliano, just because he hates Terzi, just because he hates Sven, just because he hates you, you won't see me hating those people just because he does. Yeah, hang on, Giuliano. You won't see me hating those people just because he does. So I didn't snap at you. I didn't at Brandon and say, you're an annoying little fuck, I fucking hate you. You went at me. You randomly brought me up,
and
then the next message is,
it wasn't random. You keep insinuating.
Like a nice guy, man. And then the next message after that is,
you keep insinuating the wrong things. Why don't you at least, bro? You got to get it straight. I don't like you because you create these false narratives, and I don't like that. Stop doing that, bro. Please stop doing that. Like,
is that not exactly what happened in the chat?
It's
What's
not.
the
You
false narratives?
Stop
who started it in the chat in Giuliano's? Who's randomly added me saying that I was like a Clown Show?
Okay, dude, you're Clown's one of Clown's biggest benefactors and fans, so I gotta call you out. It's just what I like. I just feel like I hate Clown, and so you're over it. And it's like you can feel like, oh, like, but it's not a joke to us. It's not a joke to me, bro. I really don't like Clown, and the shit he does, he takes it personal, and then but to you, it's a show, so you can just stream hop and be like, it's a show, boys, but it's like. It's real to me, so if I'm here, it's gonna get a little real because
Brandon,
I don't like Clown, man.
Exactly, it's real to you, right? So
Brandon, though, it's like, you understand, he's like you know, Cam's coming from where he's coming from.
Yeah, but I don't like Cam being like, oh, because I don't like Terzi or because Clown doesn't like. It's like, dude, I don't want you to hate anyone or like anyone. I don't want you to like me or hate me either. I just want to understand. Like, and I don't anymore because it's over. It's a show to you, so it's fine. I just don't get how you can.
So who in his chat? Who in his chat? Or hang on. No, who in his chat or that goes over there? Do you like, Brandon? It's no one, right?
Well,
exactly.
Because, but
you are just blinded by your hate for that show, and you just see everyone over there as being also Clown Show. That's your issue.
Stop making it so black and white. Listen, man, Jimmy the Drunk, who's in my Discord and who has a whole channel. Like, that guy used to hate my guts, man. And then we both realized, oh yeah, Clown's actually like a toxic piece of shit. Jimmy's not a bad person at all. We're pretty much hardworking, normal dudes, and we get along. And so that's what it is. We might not be so similar. Me and Gio aren't going to see eye to eye on everything, but we're more similar than not. I mean, Clown reminds me of everything I hate in this world of lazy people. He's never paid for StreamYard and is like, no ethics. Like, how can you, but how can you be so frugal you know, when you expect so much, and it's just so weird. Like, and people can say what they want, la da da la da. I don't care if he has money or not. But dude, to not even pay for StreamYard for like a month, dude, he's been using it for like a decade. To not even pay for it for a month, it's just gross to me. And he tries to pretend he has money and all this shit, and I won't let it happen. There's not going to be
Brandon, how on earth can you have an issue that someone you've never met isn't paying for StreamYard? How can you have an issue with that? That makes no sense.
Rambling. You're a little bitch like him, dude. I'm serious. All you do is talk
shares in StreamYard?
Hold on.
Do you have shares in StreamYard? Like, who fucking cares? What?
Oh my god. Okay, so
I care because it just because
it's not about fucking little things. It's not about like StreamYards or this or that. Like the thing is, and this is it's the thing with like with musical too. It's like, you know, it's basically it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, you have somebody that uses people and plays people against each other and creates power games, and, you know, and basically can only take power in a situation online where they've positioned themselves in this way, and essentially is manipulating people, and, you know, and you know, and I mean, you know, it's like, I mean, I see it's like musical, clown show. It's like there's very little difference between the two of them, honestly, in the way that they operate. And it's fucking, at the end of the day, it's just like, it becomes toxic as soon as like you get a little bit like, because it's like, Cam, you're removed from like clown show, right? You know, you're not, you know, it's like Brandon has like a whole history with him, and it's like, you know, it's the same with like me and music. It's like, you know, it's like I got to know that fucking guy pretty well. And, you know, and it's like, it's like, I understand from the inside out how much of a, you know, soulless, rotten, fucking, you know, just complete narcissistic escapist he is. And now he'll fuck anybody over and seize any opportunity to farm drama, because that's all he can fucking do. And the reality of his life is, you know, is pathetic and of his own making. And, you know, he's embittered, and he you know, he blames everybody but himself. So it's like, you know, it's like, I do, you know, you know, if somebody like that has had like any kind of like impact on you and shit, like, I understand like where Brandon's like coming from with that. But, like, I don't agree.
Can I ask him something? That's a great point you made. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for understanding my point. But let me ask Cam something. So you say it's a show, right? It's just a show, which I believe to you find it entertaining. I just want to know, like, if it is a show, you have to find Arkansas like to be a joke too, right? Or is it just like Ark is perfect and it's just the people around him are like, because I mean, you got to find him to be a fucking joke too, because like half the time he's just fucking going manic and crazy. Or is your soul mission just to be a Ark defender, or are you going to admit at least that like he's a fucking joke?
He hurt your feelings. He plays it up though. Hang on, you guys want a big secret revealed? I'll do it right now. You want a big secret revealed?
All right, let's hear it.
You know that clip of him with the whole like, I came on my face or whatever, that like circled round for weeks and weeks and weeks. He went. When I went backstage with him, he told me he was going to do that a week in advance. He said, watch how much I can manipulate people like Jimmy the Drunk into clipping my content and pushing it around and farming it and blowing up and getting people over here. I'm going to go on and I'm going to say something so fucking crazy.
Okay, but Cam, again, you're defending
dude, you guys don't realize how bad you are being manipulated sometimes. Do I find everything he says entertaining? Do I sit there for the whole 12? Hang on. No.
I'm still talking. But you're not answering the question, bro. There's a moment, you took the most extreme moment, which was probably a joke. Nobody cares about what he talks about like that. I'm talking about the real shit, bro. Jimmy's clipped hundreds of clips that aren't splooge on the face, that are serious manic breakdowns and weird shit that he talks about that is blatantly not an act. It blatantly goes on in his head. So you don't ever think that he's embarrassed himself for real on the show. You think
obviously
everything's
he has. Obviously, there's things I find cringy.
Because I'd like to know, because it seems like all you're doing is defending clown, which is just weird.
Okay, no, let me answer that though, Giuliano. Right? Like,
yeah, let him answer.
And unfortunately, I have to use Giuliano as an example because you don't call him out on his shit, right? So it's like I can watch someone where I'm entertained.
Yeah, but like,
well, let me finish the point. I can watch it and I can be entertained. I don't. When he says something like, "Ain't no UFC fighter that could beat me," or I could. Obviously, I don't think he could. So yeah, I'll say that right there. Yeah, I go
you keep going
I'm
to
someone that can admit it.
No, but Cam,
what individual specific? Ask me the individual specific thing, and I'll tell you whether I think it's real. What's the individual thing?
I beg you to stop going to extremes. You keep going to like fighting a UFC fighter. No, none of us will ever beat a UFC fighter in a fight. Okay. I don't think
Right, but
any of
those
us
are the
will ever.
extreme things that
But-
he
but,
would
yeah,
try
let
and
me-
say.
let
He
me
would say
just
like,
be
"Oh,
real with
I
you.
could
Look,
beat
I'm-
this guy, or I could give
Let
this
me
guy a
just be
fight."
real with
Like,
you,
none of
because
us
I
could.
know, Cam, I know I'm annoying, dude. Trust me. I know I'm a douchebag. Like, don't get it twisted. I know I can be abrasive, but I'm trying to be real for a second because I'm really trying to just figure this shit out. You keep going to extremes, but like name a moment where you were like, fuck, this is kind of cringe, and it was Arkansas being himself. I don't have to name a moment. I don't watch him like you. I just kind of tune in and downvote and report and then check out it sometimes. Seriously, like there have to be moments where he's cringing out, but you don't find it cringe when he's fucking like, oh, Cam's over there, when he was literally getting jealous of you getting some traction on your channel. I mean, come on, man, you're blind to shit.
Brandon, he does.
Oh,
Cam
okay, yeah,
Cam does,
yeah,
but he
sure.
doesn't.
I don't know if cringe
But
is
we
the
will
word, but
Cam
yeah,
talk
it's
about it a little bit because this is ridiculous. You've only defended the guy, and it's like, bro, like I know how it goes. If you talk shit about the guy, he's gonna ban you from his channel. Maybe you'll have fun. You have fun on that panel, and you don't want that to happen. I get it. But dude, you got to be a realist too. You got to realize this guy is fucking nutty. Maybe he's not everything I say is. Okay, maybe he's had some life experience. I personally don't think so, but I can also be a weirdo too and kind of over exaggerate things. But dude, at least talk about a time where you were fucking cringed out because you've only come on here and been his butt buddy for real. I can criticize Gio. Gio can criticize me, dude. We don't like. We're not. I'm not his best
but
friend. Like,
like
me
you
and
just
Joe are
said, right? You
grown
only
men.
tune in for a couple. Like you said, you only tune in for a couple hours. You obviously haven't seen me criticize Clown Show. I've been on there plenty of times and argued. I was one of the first
Not
people
in
that
a
went on
real
and
way,
said,
though.
"What a
You
dumb
in a
way for
safe
us to
way.
go on
But
other."
hold on, let me just get it out
What's a
because you
real
guys.
way though? Yelling at him so I can
Dude,
kick
No,
straight off the panel.
you have to
You know,
understand, dude,
Cam,
is
you're
that
smart enough to know, bro. He deflects and he doesn't want to hurt Clown Show's feelings. Like there's some shit that won't hurt Clown Show.
100%.
I'm just let me fucking get it out, dog, because I'm tired of people playing dumb.
Go ahead.
Okay. He's saying splooge on his face, UFC fighter. Arkansas will be like, well, of course, I'll play that up. Like, he won't be offended by that. But if you don't think it's weird how he talks to Mila and he's so desperate for Mila and you think he has like experience with women, you are fucking solely mistaken, dog.
You can't, dude.
Dude.
What I'm
Dude,
saying
I've
though,
literally
is that
gone
Cam
backstage
doesn't
and I
that-
have gone on the panel multiple
I-
times and said, dude, yeah, Mila's a deceitful, annoying bitch, and I don't
Yeah,
think she actually has
Brandon,
feelings
you gotta
for you.
understand, dude.
That-
Cam was one of the
You're
first.
I don't
making it
think
about
Mila
Mila.
and
Why
Clown
are
are
you
in.
making it about Mila? Make it about Arkansas,
Didn't you just
bro.
bring Mila up, dude? What the fuck
Yeah,
are you
but you're
talking
making
about?
it
Give me
about
the
Mila.
specific.
What about Arkansas? What does he do to feed into it? He's a fucking incel, bro. How do you
Bro,
not
it's
see that he's such a
yeah, but
weirdo, bro?
Brandon, Mila brought out like Mila's presence, dude, brought all that shit to light so much.
Yeah, but Gio, this guy won't say shit about Arkansas. It's hilarious. He's just like defending the guy. It's like, what the fuck, dude? The guy's a
Okay, so you want me to name some things I don't like about Clown Show?
No, I just want you to
do?
name some real shit that made you cringe out on a show that wasn't a part of the show, bro. Because
Okay, the fact that anytime I used to go to Giuliano's chat, I would get called up for it. I called Giuliano a nigger in his chat once, and I had to go backstage to explain it.
Hey,
that's cringe. That's over the
like
top.
You a
that's
lot
ridiculous.
more now. I like you a lot
what do you
more
mean?
for that.
And I would say that on Clown Show's panel too. Now, why don't you say a couple things you don't like about Giuliano?
I can do that, but I don't feel like that was in depth enough. I need something juicier. Going to another.
Exactly. Come on, dude,
no, give me one more, and I can say things I don't like about Giuliano. It's not, and Giuliano should say the exact same things to me. I think it's healthy.
But the thing is, like, okay, so look,
I don't like. Hang on. Let's just get this out of the way, right? Because otherwise, it's just gonna.
I agree.
Okay.
Other things like, all right, so because here's the thing: if I watch anyone, let's say it's a 6-hour stream, right? Anyone, it could be the person I look up to the most. It could be my fucking childhood hero. There's gonna be at least half an hour of content I either find boring or I disagree with, or I think that's a load of shit. But I don't have to go on panel and call that out. I don't have to have a live stream and call that. I don't have to type in chat, that's completely bullshit. So you asked me another thing that I maybe don't like about Ark's show or Clown Show. I don't like having to consistently listen to I started this and I did all of this and I did it. It's just like at a certain point, move on and just create the new content then. If it's your creativity that's being stolen, just create new content and push. And I've done that so many times. I've been over there and I've been like, let's get Crispy on. Let's talk about this. Let's try and fucking find someone on Kick to troll. Let's do that. That's another thing that I disagree with. This is the issue, Brandon. Like I said, you're blinded by your rage. You focus on the parts that you don't like, which is me over there, maybe occasionally dropping a donation, or maybe being like, yeah, you know what, Clown Show, that was funny you said that, or yeah, that was a good impression.
No,
you focus on
man.
that part and you judge me based off of that. You don't actually look at the full picture.
We both
You
have
yourself said you don't watch it,
misunderstandings.
so
We both have misunderstandings about each other because you're
it's not a
completely
misunderstanding.
wrong.
It's different
It is.
opinions. That's what it is.
Cam, you're you don't. That's not why you don't get it. It's not the money or you watching. I don't give it. It's just like in moments. I told you why I'm bothered by you and how I feel about you, and I feel like you relate to Clown on a certain level. Anyways, you've come in here and only defended the guy tonight. You like the guy. It's not a big problem.
Really defended him though, dude.
Yeah,
I literally just gave you multiple things I don't like about
hold on.
So,
I
what
want
are we
to
doing?
know something intrinsic. I thought we were going to do this about saying things we don't, because it's a real way to get to the bottom of shit.
Sure,
when I'm talking about Arkansas,
I'm just gonna be honest, dude. Cam has defended himself, all right, but like, I mean, he hasn't really defended Clown Show. I mean,
I have also defended Clown Show because I like the Clown Show. I like the show. I like the entertainment. Would I be friends with the guy? Would I be friends with the guy? Would I go hang out with him?
Like,
no, I wouldn't hang out with any of you guys. Hang on, though, Brandon.
And Cam,
You're
I
not letting me
respect
finish.
you for saying that, dude. I respect you more than anything for just saying that. Just be like, bro,
Cam,
I like the guy.
Do you not get exasperated? This is like why you remember that time
I get exhausted having to go back and forth with people on panel. If this is where this is going, yes, I do. Yeah.
And like, you know, and it's like it happens before you know it. Like I was on his panels for a lot, dude. It's like before you know it, it's like fucking 4 or 5 hours has gone by, and like you're going in circles and shit. And it's like the guy is so fucking self-destructive. I felt.
So what do you think's happening right now on your show?
I mean, I'm trying to like
the exact same. You see what I mean? This is what I mean when I earlier said
hold on.
even.
So
yeah.
So, hold on. So it's like okay. So like we're 3 intelligent people, right? And like, you know, obviously there's like, you know, there's animosity, you know, Brandon towards Clown Show. Like the thing is like with musical, it's like, and I think you'll agree with me. It's like, you know, you see him doing, because Clown Show used to have, it's like, and he's lost a lot of people, but it's like, he used to have people that would be the way that Jock, like, you know, is with like musical and that whole like fucking thing. There are people that would, you know, that were just like that with Concho, where it's like they would, you know, sort of go do his bidding, and they would go troll other people, and they would fucking, you know what I mean? And like, you know, and to another makes sense. And so it's like, basically, it's like the way I look at shit is like I look at musical and Clown Show as part of the same shitty organism at the end of the day, like, and you know, and it's just like, you know, anybody that, you know. And once again, dude, it's like, I don't want, you know, it's like, I don't want you to feel like you're being asked leading questions or like you're being, you know, pressed to try to you know what I mean? Like, because.
No, it's more like, do you judge Not in the AM Bro as being the exact same person as musical?
I give Not in the AM Bro shit, but I do it in a joking, like.
But you get what I'm meaning, right? I'm making like an analogy to what Brandon sees. He hates Clown Show. And honestly, dude, like I don't care. Like I almost understand it. Sure, like this guy's affected you so much, you really do hate him, and Clown Show really does hate Brandon. But just because I go over there and I don't stick up for the guy, or I don't go on there and voice every single one of my opinions, Brandon for some reason has an issue with me. And it's not just me. It's literally every single person that goes over there.
That's just how
Douglas,
you feel, because I come.
It's Myla. It's me. Yeah. I just asked him before who in his chat does he like. He says absolutely none of them.
It's not just you, bro. What do you realize that I'm a troll too? Like, I just like to fuck with anybody who watches Clown Show. Like, you know, I just fuck with people. Like Myla, I was just fucking with her the other day. Like, it's just fun to me. Like, I just have fun with it. Like, I don't get it. Like, you guys take me so seriously, and then like, what is that shit? Like, I don't
Because
get
you
it.
just said
Like,
before that it was real for you. Now you're saying it's a troll,
well,
but
because
beforehand
when
you were
it
saying
comes
this
to
is real for me and it's my real life.
takes it to a
So
dark place because he's very jealous that I live in LA. It's always been that, man. He hates that he doesn't have my, like, he's always wanted to be an actor, and it's so obvious. Like, he wants to be out of Arkansas and shit. He's a miserable guy. There's no way that you think that guy is happy. Do you think Arkansas is a happy guy?
See, I don't think Cam cares though. Is the thing.
But why can't Cam answer?
I don't
No,
know the
but
guy.
do
Yeah,
you, okay,
yeah, I
so
think he's
yes or
happy
no
enough.
question.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
think he's
do.
living. I think he enjoys living his life. Yeah.
Okay,
Do
well,
I think
that's
he
why
probably
I think
wants?
you're either
He wants a wife or
brown
something.
noser
Sure,
or
but
you're
yeah.
just a
Cam, come on,
deflector. Like, you just
Cam, come
defend
on.
the guy. It's crazy.
But hang on
come
though,
on,
hang on,
dude.
Brandon. Do I think you're living a happy life? No, I don't.
But you don't
I don't
really
think you have
know
any
me
kids
though.
to
But
pass
dude,
back.
we don't talk
Yeah, but I
though.
don't
You
know Clown
fucking
Show
know
either, you
me.
fucking idiot. I don't know
No,
Clown
but
Show
Cam,
either.
Cam, there's a
Mate,
difference. Though,
you're a
man.
fucking
For 3
bozo. This
hours,
guy's not smart.
Well, hold on. At the beginning of every stream, Cam, for months, dude, Clowncho he would go on for hours about how, like, I don't know what's next for me, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
Well, that was why, and it's like, I genuinely felt bad for the dude to where I was like, I'm like, oh yeah, that tournament shit you talk about that you did years ago, like, you should do another one of those, like, you should put up your old shit, like, whatever. And it's just like, I mean, you can't see. It's like you could, dude. It's like to some extent everybody's discontented and like no, not like I don't know anybody like none of us are gonna be like I'm happy and fulfilled to where there's nothing else I want and shit. And like, dude, it's but it's like at least most people are honest to where it's like Clown Show is. I mean, he calls himself Clown Show, dude. It's the same with musical. It's like musical will never, and neither will Clown Show ever talk about just like, it's like they'll never admit fault. They'll never admit like, like being like depressed even or feeling like shit about themselves or having done something fucking stupid to where, it's like there's, and it's like, it's just like, and the way they go about things is so slimy, and you can see them taking power in the only place they can get it. And and it's like like I don't want that. I don't want to fucking deal with that shit, bro. No more.
Hey, why does Clown think I got fake teeth though? That shit hurts my feelings the most. I think they're real.
I haven't even seen your teeth, dude. I don't.
Yeah, but dude, Concho, dude. Okay, Cam, can I ask you a question, Cam? Remember Concho talking about ripping his teeth out? His tooth out, and like that's what a real man does when he has like a tooth infection. He fucking
I do remember something like that. Yeah, he said he couldn't put up with the same amount of pain.
It's like you can never fucking deal with. It's like, nah, dude, I go to a fucking dentist, bro. I'm
exactly, bro. And that's like the whole thing. His mindset. It's like, oh well, okay, you can like, dude, he's retarded, and Cam like.
It's like what's up with the whole like grasping for anything like that, and it's like that's something that he probably really did. Like I don't believe any fucking like fight story he'll ever tell, but it's like I believe, and he doesn't need it either. They're all non-specific,
right? But do you like? Do either of you
that.
think I'm sitting there going with the pair of pliers in my hand, thinking, "Well, this is the right move to do"?
That's what I'm.
No, obviously not. But you could be in your head being like, "This is ridiculous. Like, this is stupid." Is that funny to you? Like, he's just a dumbass.
I just don't care. Like, the guy's not in my personal life.
No, but
here's the thing, right? I put it back on the both of you guys. I put it back on the both of you guys, right? Like, I'm not. If I see you walking around saying that you're a handsome guy and you're really good looking and you fuck all these 21-year-olds in your late 30s, even though I don't believe that, I don't.
Wait. When did I say that?
Hang on, no, guys, let me speak. Let me speak.
But when did I say that? But you're a liar. You're a liar. What are you talking about?
Hang on, let me finish.
Dude, I literally said I'm not. What are you talking about?
No, you do go on panels and you say, I'm a really good-looking guy, man. Like, Mila knows I'm handsome. She has to know that I'm saying I'm handsome on the inside.
Wait, what?
This is what you say. You say that you're a handsome guy. You go on panels saying that you get these 21.
I said that Mila said.
Okay, literally maybe 2 nights ago you said, like, dude, you had to. No, dude, you have to let me finish, Brandon, because I'm cooking your points. That's why you're interrupting me. If it wasn't a good point, you wouldn't interrupt.
You
If
just
it wasn't
lie
a good
though.
point, you wouldn't interrupt.
You lie.
If it
I
was,
didn't say that.
well then, okay. Well, tell me how I'm lying
Let
with
me
your
tell you
rebuttal
what
at
I
the
said.
end. Let me finish.
I said
No.
Mila thinks.
Let me finish, bro. I'm not just gonna sit here on trial with the two of you trying to change my
I'm
position
not on
without being able to
trial,
run a
dumbass.
fucking.
Just don't put words in my mouth. Let me say what I actually said. Gio, let me say what
Okay,
I
so
said.
now you're saying you're not a handsome guy, and you didn't just come on here before saying that
No,
you
I
fucked a
said,
21-year-old.
bro, listen to what
Is that
I
what you're
said.
saying?
I said Mila thinks I'm a handsome guy. I never said I'm a handsome guy. I said Mila thinks I am because she
You've
couldn't
said
say
so
that
many
I'm ugly.
times, I'm a way better looking guy than Clown Show, man.
Well,
Like
that's
he hates
true.
that I'm
I mean,
good
that's
looking,
true.
dude.
It's
He hates that I'm
objectively
good
true.
looking. So that's
That's
you saying
true.
you're good looking.
That's
so
true.
So now you are saying you're good
No,
looking.
that's me saying that Clown thinks I'm good looking, bozo. What are you talking about?
So okay, what about you saying you fucked a 21-year-old last night?
I did.
That's
That's not a lie, bro. I have sex with women. That's what I do as a man. What are you talking about?
Exactly. So you go around. I've seen you multiple times say though, like you fucked
But
like
I only
the hottest
say that
girls,
to
and you
trigger
only
you
get the
because
hottest
I
girls.
don't think you have much
Hey,
sexual
Brandon, you're not letting
experience.
me finish, dude. You're literally crying. Like, shut the fuck up. All right?
Crying,
So
you
it's like,
faggot.
dude, you're cutting me off at every sentence, man.
Yeah,
Like,
Brandon, let him. Yeah, all right, just let him. Yeah, Cam, go ahead.
so the same way that I don't have to jump around and go on panel and say, no, Brandon isn't actually sleeping with 21-year-old girls and he isn't actually doing this. Rah, rah, rah. That's the same way when Clown Show says something that I don't agree with, like
Bro,
him
it's
ripping
so
out his teeth.
fucked up.
And he's cutting me off again. And he's
Yeah,
cutting
because
me
you're a
off again.
liar.
What are we
Because
doing
it's all context, though. Because I didn't just say that I fucked a 21-year-old, you asshole. You were
did.
like, no, I did, dude. No, I did. You don't even remember shit, bro. I have a better memory than you. All I said was, Cam, I think you live in a rural area and I don't think you have much sexual experience, let alone life experience. And you said, oh, well, I think you're an incel. And I said, no, I fucked a 21-year-old
No, I
last
didn't.
night.
I never said you were an incel, so now you're lying and putting words in my mouth.
Rewind the stream. You literally said, well, what if I think you're an incel? And I said, I had fucked a 21-year-old last. Dude, I have a photographic memory. You're not fucking with me, bro.
Photographic memory? You understand that's based off of vision, you dipshit?
No, that's not true. A photographic memory just means you can trace it like as images in your mind. You're a fucking dumbass. You don't have enough life experience to know anything.
Do you see words as images? This is a conversation.
You're
This
dumb.
isn't an
That's
image,
not what a photographic memory means, bro. It's about the memory, not it being in photographs, you idiot. You're a dumb fuck.
It is.
I bet. Brandon.
No, it's not. I'm a college educated guy. You're a dumbass, bro. You have no education. Have you even been to high school? Probably not. You're in Australia.
Obviously, I've been to high school. I'm in New Zealand. It's a different country. Now who's educated? Come on now, dude. Australia and New Zealand are two different countries. It takes like a 5-hour flight for me to get to Australia.
Your accent is similar. I don't give a fuck. Nobody cares.
Yeah, no one cares because you're wrong. Yeah. Anyway, what do you got to say, Giuliano?
I'm trying. Okay, so like I'm trying to establish that there is a greater fucking like purpose or common fucking enemy. The thing is that like it's very difficult, you know, when it's like, okay, like you know, it's like, dude, like, look, all right, so consider the position I'm in, right? Like, I mean, on one hand, it's like, all right, like I know that musical is a disgusting fucking soulless piece of shit that doesn't care about any of the morality that he preaches, and you know, and you know, and Clown Show is just like a sort of like, now that he's been kicked off YouTube and all of that, he's kind of like, you know, it's like, dude, when he got kicked off YouTube and went to it's like I looked at him as like a tragic figure because I don't believe in people, you know, getting fucking, you know, kicked off of shit, no matter how much I fucking am disgusted with them, right? And at the time, dude, him and I had a common enemy because of Moz, right? And shit, like, but you know, I'm like, my thing is this, right? Like, musical has fucking attacked you, and like, I mean, he's talked, dude. I mean, he used to, dude. He will bring people up, and you know, and send long like DMs, and you know, when any opportunity he has to like slide shit in, it's like, you know, he would do that about you. Idaho and I were literally on the phone one time, and just by chance, musical was DMing us both shit, trying to play, you know, basically play us against each other, like subtly, right? And it's like, to a lesser extent, only because like he doesn't really have the capacity to. It's like Clown Show kind of does, you know, a similar thing, and it's like,
sure, plays people against it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, for me, it's like, you know, after a while, dude, it's like you're not doing his fucking Mecca that he had to do another one of right away, because it's like, what else? It's like he's losing people, so rapidly at this point, right? That like, it's
He's
like
not playing me against Brandon though, right?
no,
And the
no,
whole thing
yeah,
with
no,
me and
yeah,
musical and stuff, like I'll handle that with musical too. And this is where Brandon's gonna look like an idiot because if Clown goes on and he says Cam Hassell's a fucking idiot and a loser, I'm not gonna go over there and say sorry, Clown. I'll go on there and I'll dress Clown too. That's where the
Dude, I'm
issue
not
is.
gonna look
So
like an
it's like,
idiot either way, Cam. Dude, listen, man.
dude, yeah, you
Listen,
are.
dude,
But
I hate Clown, right? Clown's just a dumbass. And I don't hate Clown so much because I'm not scared of Clown. I just find Clown to be a hypocrite and a weirdo. And I don't like that he's never shown his face, okay? For all the shit that he's talked, I think you should at least show your face. You might not agree with that. I just
No,
think
here's my thing. I was literally on his stream the other day and I said, look, I don't think it's fair if you don't show your face to judge someone else on their physical appearance. So yeah, I don't
Did
think
you say
anyone.
that to him? Okay, props
Yes,
to you
because
for that.
I
Yeah.
say that
All
about
right.
Mila. Like, why should Mila say I look like Mr. Beast and I'm unattractive if no one
Yeah,
even
But
knows what the bitch
would
looks
you
like,
also
right? So
agree that
how would
like
that not apply
yeah,
for
no,
Clown Show? Yeah.
yeah,
no, I mean
Yes,
that's
I
fair,
think it
but
is a
wouldn't
bit dumb that Clown Show can say anything. Like, if he turns around and sees me, oh, Cam Hassell's got a gay mustache, right? It's like, well, we don't even know what your
you're
mustache
breaking
looks
up?
like, right? So yeah, obviously I would feel that way, but that
You
doesn't mean
broke
that
up
I'm
there.
then gonna like leave the fucking.
Cam, say
What
that
did
again.
you last hear? What did you last hear?
I didn't hear any of that. Or Gio, was it? I don't know. You were saying it's
If you don't
unfair.
show your physical,
yeah.
if
Cam
no
said
one
this.
knows what you
It's
look
on.
like, it is kind of it's a bit of a cheap move to go after someone's
Yeah.
physical appearance if no one
It
knows what you look
really,
like.
and not
Yeah.
only that though, it's just that his whole persona is kind of built. And like I used to think Ark was fucking hilarious, so I can't deny that. I think he's lost a lot of it. It's just weird now to me. Maybe I'm just over it, but I think a big part of his persona is being this tough guy, and it's like, okay, but you not showing your face for like a decade makes me think that you look way contrarian to what you're portraying. It's just like he's got to show himself. Like this is his face, but it's like who knows what the fuck he really look like. I don't know, but like this is his face. So I mean, does this look like a tough guy? Like I don't know. It doesn't look like a big guy either. I don't fucking know. But
The bottom line is like, yeah, it's
no, but really though, does he, Gio? I don't think.
No, I mean obviously not, but like, okay, so what? Like the thing is though, like step back, like fundamentally, like what is that? Because it's like for me, it's like, there's a bunch of little things I can point to about like musical and about Clown Show, but it's like there's a fundamental. It all speaks to like a fundamental problem, that it's like my problem with both of them is like their fucking absolute lack of accountability, their absolute like sick like fucking way that they basically just exist off like just farming conflict and venom, and and the dishonesty fundamentally, and the manipulation, and and the fact that both of them are clearly just embittered people who despise anybody that like threatens their little power grab on the internet that they both have. Like those are it's like all the little things you could point to that the sum of all of it speaks to this corrosive fucking like shit.
But you don't have to associate with any of them though either, Juliana. Like you don't have to have
yeah,
Brandon
but
on here talking about Clown. You don't have to have anyone on here talking about musical. You like, and I get they're putting your name in your title. I get that's the only kind of thing where you can.
And also,
But even if they completely both dropped it right now, I'm not 100% sure if you would. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but how is he dropping it? First of all, that's not gonna happen. I mean, Clown Show maybe because he's in such a weak place. He's apologizing to Tersey and shit. Like, but fucking musical.
But people could say you're apologizing to Gummy Gang, right? So this is where like the hypocrisy comes because you're not giving context to either way.
I mean, that's not true though. Dude, it's like, did I go on that show? Yeah. I mean, did I clarify and quantify like certain things? Yes. Did I?
But even Tersey was in chat saying, "Oh, my bad. Clown didn't actually apologize to me. He asked if like I was cool now." So it's like it's a misread.
I mean, dude, like, I mean, yeah, but it's like that the closest like even the way that he extended himself like that is some shit that like you'd never think that he would ever do is break that character. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just like okay, so like the thing is, bro, it's like musical put out a short literally today or yesterday, whatever the fuck, right? Where out of context, he's trying to prove like false accusations that he made, in, of course, in somebody else's chat against me. Okay, by clipping shit and you know, and you know with retarded cutaways and whatever the fuck, right? And you know, so it's like I don't fucking want to fucking go live and be like, okay, like here's why this is some bullshit, and then I don't even, dude, I don't want to show part of like a recorded phone call of him admitting that he's, you know, that he, you know, or saying that his girlfriend bought him a cheaper laptop and asking if he can keep the $4,000 that I sent him to buy a Bose amp with and some other shit, and like kind of begging me to do it. But I did show like just like a couple of minutes of it, just be like, you know, musical, like, because I know he's watching my fucking streams, right?
Sure.
And you know, and I did do that because it's like, dude, don't, like, I don't want this fucking bullshit. Just shut the fuck up, quiet the fuck down, go away, and leave me the fuck alone, and stop farming drama.
So like I guess, you know, like you're being put in titles and shit. Like I'm kind of like, if Simon Fick puts me in a title, which he does, it doesn't, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, it doesn't really affect my day. But I get, like, you're getting your photo spit on and shit. I get you want to go over there and be like, hey, fuck you, dude, and stand up for yourself. But hang on, like I'll just ask a question to Brandon, and I'm not even trying to like provoke you here, dude. But if you're so upset with it and annoyed with it and stuff like that, it's like, dude, I'm a part of this kind of new wave, and so was Giuliano. None of us have heard of you. He wasn't going on about Brandon and how annoying Brandon was. You chose to dive headfirst back into it, and now you're like upset with the result and having to drag this on and continue going back and forth with them, whether it's on Giuliano's stream or on his stream. So why would you dive headfirst back in if you don't find it entertaining? Like you clearly did.
I mean,
no, I was taking a piss, and you broke up for a lot of that.
right,
yeah.
So,
Am I cutting out or something?
Yeah, you're cutting out.
Not really.
Is it just me? Is it just me's cutting out?
It might be you, but like,
okay.
Cam, just real quick before you reiterate that, Cam, just really quick. It's like, so like, Clown Show, who never speaks to anybody on any kind of social media except announcing shit in all caps on X or whatever the fuck else, right? It's like, dude, it's like, so I've like gotten to know Brandon to enough of a degree where it's like, bro, he's not thinking about Clown Show 24 hours a day. It just isn't like that, right? Like, same with Jimmy the Drunk, same with fucking, you know, and definitely with Moyes, and you know, and
same
like,
with any of us, I would hope, about anyone.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You see, yeah, of course. But you see Clown Show on his fucking Kick chat. I get sent screenshots of this shit, right? You think I'm not checking this? I get sent screenshots all the time. Yo, look at this shit, and it's fun. And you know, I get sent another one of you know, of him going, you know, it's just all caps, you know, any fucking hour of the day, paragraphs of you know, just, and you know, and it's all the same shit over and over. He's pissed off at this guy. He's threatened by this one, so he's saying all this shit, right? And it's like, I mean, dude, he lives and breathes this shit nonstop, and it's like musical too. All musical does, bro, when he's not being a fucking song monkey on his own streams, is he's polluting other people's streams with bullshit, you know, in chat or, you know, and then when he's not doing that, dude, he's fucking looking for shit to clip and assemble blackmail files with, and he's doing anything but fucking, you know,
right. But like the whole thing with the Kick chat, right? Like that's just, and it is a bit strange to not have like all this individual social media to message people or deal with it one-on-one, but like that's his like
or
outlet to be out. So that's his outlet to be able to defend himself when he's not online. Like if I were to message you when you weren't streaming and said, hey dude, Musical just called you a fucking loser that lied about this, I guarantee you wouldn't message me back saying, hey Cam, I'm not on stream at the moment, dude, like I'm not doing the whole Giuliano thing. You'd be like, really dude, don't listen to that guy, he's a fucking loser, and you'd defend yourself, right? So that's sure, kind of like, I can understand that.
I'd be like, thanks for. I mean, it would would depend on what I'm doing, dude. But the thing is, like, there's no character of me. It's like I'm not. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not. We said I'm not doing the whole Giuliano thing. It's like my name is Giuliano. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's like I might be busy. I might be doing something which takes precedence over anything with YouTube or the internet. You know. And I might not even see your message till the next day, or I might be fucking live, or I might be, you know. It's like, oh, really? All right, cool. You got a clip? No? Okay, I'll look at this when I get a second, right? It's like, but, you know, so there's something, you know, and so it's like, you know, where Clown Show is just, like, unavailable to people, but really it's like, you know, it's like, you know, I think that, I mean, his psychology is not that hard to figure out, dude. It's obvious that somebody fucking, you know, that he thought he could trust fucked him over at some point in his life. And now he's like, you know, his whole thing is like, you know, all right, well, I'm going to lash out and fuck people over before they do it to me, which is obviously an irrational, like, you know, everyone's out to get me type of.
What's your take? What's your psychological take on me and Brandon? Because this would be interesting to see, right? Because obviously, like if Brandon really is this normal person, like so am I, right? Like I've had things go right, I've had things go wrong. I've been the kid that bullies someone. I've been the kid that gets so. So what's your take on me and what's your take on Brandon? Because you like seem to have this.
Okay. So honestly, like I'm kind of like Brandon's a little bit older than me, and you know, and I'm older than you by, you know, and one thing is like, dude, okay, so about you, dude, I think, bro, honestly, it's like, I mean, I think that you're the type of person that, like, you know, it's like if you commit to something, you persist with it. I think you're very objective and you're very good at, you know, at fucking analyzing something for what it is, you know, when you step back and think about it. I do think that, like, you know, when you make a decision that you're going to make an effort in a certain direction, that once you've committed to something, you know, it's kind of like, you know, for better or worse, like you know, you're 100% in, and like, you know, it becomes, you know, difficult to, you're like, all right, well, I can't pull myself out of this now. And, you know, I'm just talking about like the fucking shit with like the Mecca and all that. I mean, that's the only time I've seen that like on display. Otherwise, dude, like, you know, I mean, dude, you're 24, right? That puts you you're 2 years older than that kid Jock, dude. Like, and that kid seems like a fundamentally intelligent kid, right? Who I kind of feel bad for because, you know, I mean, when I say he's fucking fucking groomed. Sorry, I was looking at this fucking, the way this appears is twos. It looks like Z's. Jesus. When I say he's fucking groomed, it's like, you know what I mean by that, right? Like, you know, like musical has done that kid a huge disservice, because if that kid ever, I mean, you know, how's that kid supposed to exist on an individual basis when like he's known as like musical's like fucking little pet, basically.
Right. So you see him as educated, but almost manipulated in the way that no matter what musical would say, he would kind of die hard, and that would be his point that he would adopt, right? So is that what you see me as? As for
I absolutely not. That's what I'm saying, and that's where there's
that's what Brandon does. That's where this issue is kind of stemming from.
Yeah, well, I think that Brandon's like, so okay, like I think Brandon, you know, he's like, don't you fucking see that? Like when he's asking for like something, it's like, I see you not saying something, when other people have like, you know, just sort of glazed the clown show and you know and shit, and you just kind of just like not said shit, because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like, fuck, like this is some like I remember one time it was you and I were both on his Family Side YouTube channel, and he like somehow segued into just talking about porn and how he wanted to do like a fucking some retarded incel ass top 10 or top 100, I think, porn stars, and like you and I just kind of quieted down because it's just like,
I don't know 100 porn stars, right?
Yeah, exactly, and it's like, you know, I mean, like I get that, dude, and it's like the thing is like I felt sorry for the guy, and like I said, it's like, you know, I've had, you know, when, you know, he would do videos like on fucking con artists, like you know, channels like New Creative James and shit. It's like, yeah, I'd go on his fucking show and talk about, you know, and be like, yeah, I know how this guy fakes his bet slips and all that shit, right? So it's like, you know, his show used to be like kind of an outlet for that, right? But then he fucking crossed me out of nowhere and put me in a position where it's like someone who you know, I would at least call a peripheral friend, you know, is made to believe that I, you know, falsely incriminated them, and just out of fucking nowhere, just because it was either, you know, opportunistic move, or whether Mila convinced him to do it, I don't even fucking know. But like, you know, it's like something like that, dude, is where it's just like, oh my god, this guy's really fucking this, you know. And it's like, it is the same with musical. It's like, you know, it's desperation and escapism and like this need to like hold on to power, and this constant state of like panic as like the walls close, and to make somebody like that just do shit that like where they trample on people that are either supportive, loyal, or both, or at the very least, somewhat of an asset where it's like you might not like them, but there's a mutual benefit. And just it's like, and the kinds of people that can't just fuck up alone, they have to take other people down with them. Like that's the fucking, that's kind of my bottom line, dude. And so it's like, I think that, you and I have like, it's like, dude, it's like, I don't know you to where it's like, I mean, you live in New Zealand, dude. So it's like, if you're ever in LA, hit me up. But it's like,
it's a different way of life, regardless. You know what I mean? Like, American relating to a Kiwi is weird enough anyway. But I think it's pretty easily to know when, like, okay, this guy is somewhat normal.
Yeah, and it's like, and whether you want to use the word normal or you want to use the word like intelligent or perceptive, or like we click because of common interests to where, and we see enough things the same way, right? It's whatever, right? So it's like, it's like, and it's like you and I were both in the same place with like, all right, fuck it, like a tournament sounds cool, like because both of us have probably like a bit of a competitive like streak, and both of us are both of us.
Well, it was the right thing, like like look what the whether you like it or not, without the Mecca, probably never would have come your tournament, which has been like good for your channel, promoting things, getting people like Shiesty in there talking about it, and same with the Mecca for Clown. So it was the right, like I noticed people liked predictions, and people, without admitting it, liked some of the drama. What's the best way to mix them together? A tournament-style game, right? So it spawned. It has been good, and you're both doing a sequel to it. So
right. And I am, but it's like, dude, the second that I actually started to think about it, it's like I had no thoughts about like Clown Show and how his Mecca was doing, and it's like, yeah, dude, would I have done that without him fucking pulling the shit that he pulled? Probably. I mean, it would have happened later, because like, dude, when people like start talking about alliances and shit, it's like, it's like, yeah, he basically, he's like, yeah, like I pull weird shit and I manipulate people, and like, yeah, I kind of was like, yeah, whatever, I'm still down. But like, I mean, bro, you had Hank accepting money from Charles. I mean, you didn't. I mean, just like Hank accepting money from Charles Smith and all this shit, and then like, Hank saying, dude, Hank has become like a totally fucking like weird, fucked up like individual, and mad shit is like come out about him since since that shit started, and like maybe that was always there, but it's like I mean, or he's just impressionable, and like Clown Show's bullshit like twisted him into being like a sinister fucking person. But like,
I think he's just invested in it, right? And like, I'll admit, like it was an exhausting process. It was like, oh, for fuck's sakes, I'm in the bottom 4. It's not as simple as just, am I in or am I out? I've got to go on and I've got to do this. Like, the issue for me, and the other big thing I've got to, like, I feel like I've got to address is like with Brandon being like, you're the benefactor, and you're all like, I think he thinks that the $1,000 I put into the Mecca was like a lot of my money, and that was why music. That was the first thing Musical actually started saying about me, was that I put all my savings into this game.
I don't think it's a lot of your money. I think it's a lot of money for him, and I just don't like that. But I don't give a fuck, really. I just don't give a fuck.
Well, okay.
And honestly, I don't really give a fuck. You can do whatever you want. It's just something I could use against you in the moment. But I'm just bored of even going at you. There's no point.
Yeah. There's no point to both of you going at each other. It's just like, I think, I mean, my whole thing is like, fucking Musical is the worst piece of shit. Like, Contra would be a second. Like, I mean, and I'm sure Brandon doesn't know like Musical and the ins and outs of it's like, I would say I'm like, I have an understanding of like the inner workings of how Musical.
But like, do you expect Brandon to learn the in and outs of Musical and then go at him and kind of?
No, I'm not trying to.
So why would Brandon expect me to do that for Clown though?
Well,
I know. What are you talking about?
I don't think
I just
you
feel
literally tried to say before, like, dude, you need to like go into depth and tell me what you hate about him and tell him why you don't. So that's exactly what that was.
You over exaggerate everything. You're being a bozo. All I said was like,
take
dude,
another puff and go grab some candy, Brandon.
No,
let the adults speak.
Fucking bozo, dude. Damn. All I said was like, dude. But Gio, I'm trying to just explain, because
go ahead.
He keeps putting like superlatives on my shit, and I never said that. All I said was, now I'm faded. Cam, what did you say? I said, fucking nigger. What did you say? This
Don't start
fucking
dropping hard R's because I win that game.
Bro, you
nah, dude. You don't know me. You don't
No,
know
I am
me.
more racist than you. That's a hill I will die on.
Yeah, you probably really are. But Gio, what did he say? I said, damn, I got blitzed. Fuck, man, I forgot. Dude, you said no. Yeah, you said that I wanted you to white knight for him. No, I didn't. I just wanted you to say one thing that makes you cringe because you make it seem like it's just a show, but it's not. Like the guy has had manic episodes on that shit, and he's a weirdo. And I'm just like, it's
No,
not
not just
a
a
show.
show, played up for a show. Obviously, there's some reality to it. The same way that
It
there's
does
some.
not. Have you seen Jimmy the Drunk's channel, man?
Yeah, obviously, I've seen Jimmy the Drunk. Yeah, the dude's
Okay, but if you
clipped
actually
some shit of
watch,
mine.
if you actually watch a good few of those videos, man, that shit's not an act, bro. That's him literally breaking down, like whining about shit. It's a joke.
Especially like the shit from.
But do you not find some of those crash outs entertaining and shit? Like,
Absolutely.
what are you expecting me to do? Go in and stop them or something? What?
No, and I get that more now, which is why I'm giving up. I think you just kind of like you just blend it
entertained by
all
it, yeah.
together, right? You're just like it's all a show. But to me, I'm like, I don't want to hear about this dude talking tough ever again. When I heard him have a fake fight with a ghost, like it's just like I don't.
But then don't
I don't.
tune in though, right? Like,
Nah,
Yeah, but here's the thing. He fucked with me a lot, and he's doxed me and dude, you act like he wouldn't bring me up if I like. It was my fault getting back into the fold after like a couple. That was my fault, but I mean, but don't act like he didn't. The first time I went back on his stream after years, bro, he was so happy to see me because he had no content. He doesn't care as long as it's
exactly though. That was like a second shot, and then like it instantly goes back to you and him going back at each other. So it's like he wouldn't have just doxed you if you had just been Giuliano's enemy. But you kept coming back on, and then you came over here, and then it became a whole thing.
I spend my mornings like I wake up at like 3 because I can't sleep. So I go out there. I'll spend on here till like 6, and then I'll do my day. People act like I'm on here all day, whereas Ark is like streaming literally 15 hours a day. Like, where does he have a life? Because when he's not here, he's watching shit. He's watching this right now, mad as fuck. Like,
dude, Cam, the thing is, like, it could be in at any point, dude. It could be you that, like, that he like full scale said the way he did with Tersey, bro. He did, he.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I think for me, it'll probably happen when I kind of leave. Right, like I've made it pretty well known that next year I'm probably not going to really click on panels or fucking be even in people's chats that often, right? So it's like that's probably when it'll happen. But that's where like I feel like you guys are failing to miss this. If like I said, like watch if Clown Show goes live tomorrow and says, "Oh fucking Cam, this fucking there," you're dumb if you think I'm not going to go in there and defend myself over there the same way I will against Brandon over here. Like that's the thing, right? But I'm not going to do it just because he's having a go at Brandon. I'm not going to do it just because he's having a go at Sven. I'm not going to, I won't go in there and add to it. And I won't go in there and add to the hate on Giuliano and say, yeah, get him, clown. But I'm not going to also go in there and defend someone else. Because for me, this isn't, like, you guys aren't my real friends. This isn't like my real life. I don't feel the need to go, you know what, I'm going to go help this guy because he's being bad. It's like, no. Like, Brandon's an adult. Like, he was 38 when he got himself back into this shit. He can be 38 when he gets himself out. Without Cam Hassel's help, without anyone going in and taking on Clown, because how can they not see what he's done to Brandon? The same way I'm not going to be like, yeah, musical. Giuliano is bad for doxing Simon Fix. Simon Fix an adult. He knew what he was getting himself into. He knew going that people was getting. So it's like
I didn't even really dox him. He died. Dude, were you not on Clown Show's show when he just blurted out Idaho's full name because Idaho was cooking him and oven baking him alive, bro? Like,
yeah, I missed it. I went back and watched it, but Simon
dude,
said his name.
It's like that dude's a fun, and like that guy used to attempt to like troll like fucking like Ariel Helwani and like Guru and shit, and and that didn't work, so he started like fucking around with I think Moz first and then smaller channels and shit. And and it's like, I mean, that dude's like like the fourth most important person on a 4-man team of like a of this channel, Knockout Radio. And it's like and he got too comfortable because Musical brought him into something, and Musical totally played that guy and used him and set him up for he set up this whole gay like bet where if I lost I had to write a list of things I liked about Feck, and then he did say he farmed like all that shit, like, you know, and Feck being doxxed, you know, which is a fucking joke, dude, because it's like I said his first fucking name to him after asking him nicely to remove, you know, the name of a sponsor, like, you know, that I was potentially gonna get, you know, or that I am actually, but like, you know, it's fucking, yeah. See, look at this. Like, no, you faggot troll that I don't see. Spencer the Third. I like, dude. Like, who are your favorite fucking YouTubers? I want to know. If you don't answer me right now, I'm gonna ban you from my channel. Cause like all you do is show up and fucking troll and say bullshit. Okay, you're a fucking loser, dude. You're a fucking incel. You don't know shit about what you're talking about. Like you know, from all the things you've said, and you know, and I haven't timed you out. I've just responded. So fuck off. I didn't say his full name, state, job, or criminal record. Okay, Idaho did after Idaho got doxxed by the dude. Okay, I said his first name to him in the comments of his fucking short video. All right, after he refused to remove the fucking what? I'm soft as shit, bro. Bro, you're a fucking faggot. Come on this panel, bro. Come on this here. Like, seriously, come on this panel, or I never, or I will harass the fuck out of you if I ever see you around YouTube. Like, please, dude, don't fuck with me. You have no idea. Like, I mean, I'm so not in the mood for it. Idaho started. I mean, Nelson, like, nah, not really, dude. Feck is like, you know, he's one of those guys that just never got what he thought he was owed and shit. And whatever. I don't even care about him. Like, I don't dislike him even. I don't have any feelings towards that guy. The thing is, like, musical. That guy's a casualty of fucking musical. Musical set that dude up to get fucked over in one way or another. You know, and that, you know, and that's, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, and honestly, dude, like Cam, like, you know, it's like, yeah, dude, you're not a friend of mine in real life because I haven't met you in real life, dude. Like, you know, but like, you know, I do like you. I don't, you know, and it's like, you know, I think that, like, I mean, it's like, you know, and it's not about like fucking, it's not about petty shit about like, you know, it's like, I want you in my tournament and Condra's gonna get mad, so like I need you to fucking be on my side, dude. I don't operate like that. Like, you know, I'm smarter than that, than to think like, you know, in those terms. I really don't care at the end of the day, dude. When I'm not online, it's just like I just don't, you know. It's like I like, honestly, dude. It's just like how my thing at this point is like, if somebody like Musical MMA is insistent on just operating the way he is, it's I'm sorry, but it's like, bro, like, no, I'm not, like, fuck off, dude. I'm not going away. I'm not gonna fucking lose this stupid fucking shit that you started, you know, like, you're not
Yeah,
gonna,
like I get it, right? Like, and that's part of my, like, that's one of the issues I have, and I can admit that, is that I'm a stubborn person. So it's like, really, the smartest thing for me to probably do would be like, who gives a fuck what Brandon K says about me in a chat, right? Like, because at the end of the day, it really does. But then again, it's like, because I think I'm in the right, I'll come on this panel and I'll talk about it for 2 hours. So it's like, I'm willing to accept some ownership there, but it's just, in the grand scheme of things, like, and Brandon's now gone, so I'm not even gonna go on about it. But like and the whole thing with like you and Musical, like, I get it, dude. You don't like Musical. He's got your picture out
dude,
there and
not,
he's spitting on it, and
bro,
that is
bro,
fucking weird.
I don't
That is
care
weird,
about,
but
yeah, it's very weird. And but see, like, weird is something that people say when, like, you know, it's like, weird can mean a lot of things, dude. What it is that it's disgusting. I mean, both literally, because he spits on pictures of Idaho and I on his fucking wall, to where his girlfriend's had to, ask him to put a basin underneath to catch the saliva before it gets on the carpet for donations, bro. You go in his stream and donate $2. Say spit on the wall. He'll fucking spit. You know, he'll literally ask you if you want him to spit on both pictures or one, and if it's both, you need to donate another $2. Like that, you know. We're talking about a 41-year-old man, dude. Like, with a child. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
but like,
you know,
at the end of the day, for me, right, like, and I get you guys are making a wee bit of money off this, so I guess it's kind of somewhat different. But like,
wait, me?
I just, Well, like all of you guys, like everyone that has a channel that's making money.
Dude,
I know you've got your own money. You don't rely on the money or the income. And that
dude, I literally, I get, so YouTube pays you monthly, right? I don't know if you're monetized or not, but YouTube pays you monthly. Dude, I still, to this day, my friend that, like, I do prediction videos with, like, when I'm not traveling, when I'm in LA, like, I give him literally 50% of, like, every, you know, it's like, that's how much I don't give it. And the sponsorship, dude, that I'm getting is not, that's not even a money thing as much as it is like, okay, the site that like I've been fucking talking about and sort of preaching since I started my channel is like, they finally approached me about a sponsorship, right? That's the only reason I care about that. Like, you know, otherwise, you know, because I've been offered other fucking sponsorships, dude, and I've turned them down because they, you know, it's been all gambling sites.
Yeah, where I was going is just like like I said, I am entertained by this. I feel like the constant need to have to say that because it's like, why are you a part of this scene? But it's like, if I feel a wee bit cringe and a wee bit like, oh, why am I doing this at the age of 24? I hope everyone else is that's in their 30s and 40s. Like, I hope all of you guys have some sort of thing that goes, oh, like, oh, this fucking, you know, like, it's a bit cringe that we're all doing all, you know what I mean? Like, it is.
See, like, okay, so like one thing about you and also about Brandon, honestly, and me, but it's like all three of us, like, you know, like, what do we call our channels? Like, what do we call ourselves, like, on YouTube? Like,
okay, yeah, right. So you're going name wise, yeah,
exactly. Yeah, dude, I was gonna be No Verbal Taps MMA, and then I was like, I can't be like, yo, hey, this is No Verbal Taps MMA, and not feel fucking weird and douchey, right? Like, and dude, look, people, I'm not gonna fuck with people who have, you know, I don't mind fucking, you know, it's like, you know, brutally honest MMA wants to be brutally honest MMA. Like, you know, I get it, dude. Like, you know, it depends on the fucking person. But then you got that guy Warhorse MMA. Like, what the fuck is that, bro? That dude's a fucking retarded incel. Like, you know.
Well, he was in here before, but he was ignoring my comments.
I mean that dude, you know, and it's like, you know, and he'd been talking shit in Frankie's chat about like me, you know, the money to Northwest, because like, you know, Kyle sent us the wrong place originally. That shit got straightened out. He's in Frankie's chat talking shit. Somebody, you know, I don't want to say the word, screenshot that to me. And it's like that dude's like cozying up in weird ways. He's obsessed with Fight Fairies. You know,
well, he's looking for a collab with Fight Fury and Guru. So the guy's like a pipe dream. He doesn't really understand what this is.
Dude, I showed him, and yeah, just to see how he would react, I showed him like one of the members only streams on their channel that like I had been on, and he was like, what is this? I've never, you know. And it's just like, bro, it's like, okay, this guy's fucking, you know. And it's like the fact that he originally pretended he wasn't the same person as, because he goes by Horse MMA instead of Warhorse MMA when he like goes around skulking around chats. Like, it's like, I mean, dude, it's like there's people like that out there, and there's people like Charles Smith, and dude, Clamster doesn't even know the fucking identity, bro, of half the people that are in his kick chats now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't know who Drunk on Info is. He doesn't know whoever the fuck.
But I learned this is what I mean when it's a show, right? Like, if someone goes in there tomorrow, and it is a bit ridiculous, right? And at first, like, because I first went over there as like why is this Giuliano guy always going over there? It was from your chat that I was like, what is the deal? And like the first thing I might have said was something like, oh, I don't agree with that, or this, and it was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are? And I'm just like, what? This is so over the top and ridiculous, right? Like, if I went over there as or if an alt goes over there and says Cam Hassel got raped by an alien, Clown would probably drop the link for the alien to join. And at first, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's so, like, how are you not, why are you believing that? But it's just, he knows I wasn't raped by an alien. He's playing it up to get the content. He knows that I'm going to click on and I'm going to fight the, you know, that's just a dumb analogy, but that's what I mean when I say it's a show. But like the same with the Mila shit. I had to learn the fucking hard way. Like, if she goes over there and says, Cam Hassel's got 12 alts on Giuliano's channel, like, he doesn't believe that. He just believes that it's enough for me to go on there and get the thing. Like, it's a show. He's going to get an episode where it's Cam and Mila going back and forth with. So it's like, it's just content, and I understand, and I'm entertained by it. Not so much when it's me having to defend my shit, but when it's, Douglas, Vinny thinks you wear panties. You really think he thinks Douglas wears panties? No, he knows that if Vinny goes on and says that, Douglas is going to jump on and he's going to get Douglas and Vinny. So it's a show. That's what it is.
I mean, yeah, and like, I mean, Brandon, like, okay, so basically this is the thing. Like, dude, Cam, like, I think, okay, so and Brandon, you too. Like, I think it's fucking, it's not like the thing that like is important to me is that people like it's almost like what does Contro want, right? He would love for you and Brandon to fucking just like go at each other to the point where both of you look bad, right? That would be so he could play it back, and then he could have you on talking shit, right? Right? Like that's what he
With the
like.
hope that it probably baits Brandon on over. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
And musical wants the same shit, bro. He wants the same shit. He tried to pit me against Simon Feck. I didn't bite on it. So, but Feck and dude, for all I know, and honestly, there's a very good chance of this. Like he told Feck went to him and said, "Hey man, like, yeah, so Giuliano's asking me to take the name of that website down," and Musical told him not to, or even Musical told him to do the whole fucking shit, right, to provoke me and to. I mean, that is so beyond like likely actually that but no matter what, dude, it's like Musical did do what he did do. That's obvious and irrefutable. I mean, the streams are up. You're talking about 3 streams with my name and dude, literally titled Giuliano Martenti won't stop doxing people because like. I mean, I privately enough, because the guy was deleting comments on that video, said his first name to him to let him know I wasn't playing after he deleted my very reasonable first request and then fucking let the shit up, so, as if to say like fuck you, like you can't do shit about this,
Right,
so
but you don't think Musical cares about that, right? So like that's kind of
I don't
it
think
is what
he
it is,
cares
right?
about
Like the whole
that.
you and Fick thing. It's more
Well,
like I
I
tend to
think
agree. I think Musical doesn't like you, so I
I
think it's
well no it's this, dude. He doesn't know what to do about me is the thing. He doesn't know what to do about me, dude. Like, and that was the thing when he first fucking had started a fucking beef, supposedly about something else, but but it was really about what it was really about in like April, and then he reconciles with me because it's the smart move, right? And he's right back to joking around with me, blah blah. Within a week, he's trying to play me in Idaho against each other subtly, plausible deniability, et cetera, et cetera. But then he's crashing out on Mailson, crashing out on Idaho, who at the time had like a problem with each other, right? And and like so now he's sloppy because he's desperate, right? He never even bothered to reconcile with people that he cut off because they wouldn't listen to him in April when he tried to manipulate them and coerce them and kind of strong arm them into like disowning me and going against me, right? Like after he reconciled with me, but not them, right? And they were just a casualty of the shit. So it's like, right. So he just made it blatantly obvious to people. And like, dude, so few people will just be like, all right, this guy's a disingenuous piece of shit. Let's like let that be known out in the open. You know what I mean? And it's like, and it's like I get that people don't want to cause drama, but it's like, it's more like, if somebody's a constant like festering, oozing sore that does nothing but infect people with animosity towards each other, and there always has to be an enemy of the community, and Musical positions himself as like the guardian of it, right? It's because he has nothing to do but think about this shit, right? He doesn't do shit else, dude. He doesn't even busk anymore, bro. He's a fucking pathetic piece of shit. He's constantly. It's like and it's
so.
like.
But did it take this Fick thing for you to see that, or
No,
like
no,
because
not at all. Not at
then
all.
why go why even after the whole laptop incident, why even have like a second
Well,
chance?
Well, okay, because I mean the thing is, dude, it's like okay, so I don't know how well you know or even like have watched, Fight Night Frankie, right? Fight Night Frankie's very intelligent because he has positioned himself in such a way where like drama will never find him, except for like Clown Show tried to start some shit with him, and like he responded, but I don't think he ever went on a concert show, but like, it's like I want essentially the same thing Frankie wants, but Frankie can Frankie's not, it's like it or not, bro. It's like Brandon was saying about himself, dude. It's like, dude, it's like I know that I'm gonna be like a polarizing personality. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna fucking, people are gonna have a strong reaction, positive or negative, whatever the fuck. A lot of it negative. A lot of the people that like are in my streams that I get along with that like wound up being what I would call friends at this point because I've talked to them and like even if you like I've met Isha from City Life Project and fucking in Idaho and shit, and like hung out in real life and shit, like what I mean. That's like now it's like, okay, this dude's my boy, like, but like a lot of them started out not fucking, I mean, not Idaho and Isha, but like enough people like hated me to begin with, or didn't like me or whatever, like and have come around on me after a while, after just like being like, oh, okay, this dude's like not, yeah, you know what I mean, like, and it's like the things haven't really gone the opposite way for me, like I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, except for fucking somebody like Musical, like, except for Musical, honestly. It's like, I've never, see, Contra started off as like fucking attacking me, okay? And like, obviously it's like, it's not like him and I were ever friends, but we had, there was a point where it's like I could go on his show and be like, all right, I'm here to air out this shit about this person, or
it's coexisting, right? Like there's plenty of people I don't like, but I'm not gonna not go to a channel because they're in the chat, let's say, right?
Yeah, of course, right? And that's the
but
thing.
do you think you can like coexist with Musical, or do you think it's just going to constantly be him doing these weird streams on you and you kind of retaliating?
Well, okay, so this is, I mean, dude, if I wanted to retaliate, I would have played, instead of 2 minutes, I would have played like the whole fucking 22 whatever the fuck minutes of like him begging me for money that I have video recorded, right? It's like, I mean, if I really would, but it's like, I'm just being like, but it's like, if I do that, then it's like, it's just like, it's annoying, dude. It's like, I want to talk about fucking MMA. I want to talk about like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to talk about MMA. I want to talk about other shit. I'll talk about fucking, aspects of gambling, and like, I'll play fucking whatever, like, and on a panel, and, and that's really like, that's really where it ends, is like somebody like Musical and somebody like Clown Show. Okay. It's like, whatever. It's like, you're going to occasionally criticize people with other channels. Like, Baby Sharp MMA is a guy that I don't fucking know, that I only know of because the dude fucking, he like, it came to my attention that, he won't pick whole cards, and he'll sling shitty like bets to people. And, he's been brought up in different content, but it's like, so it's like, yeah, well, it's like, I'll be like, yo, fuck Baby Sharp MMA for like whatever, or so, I mean, that's some shit that just like today fucking came across my desk, so to speak, right? But it's like, ultimately, dude, I'm not farming drama, dude. It's like, and believe it or not, man, it's like, if you actually look into it, I mean, right, like, I've never started a beef with somebody. I really haven't. I've responded to shit when people have attacked me, because my philosophy or mentality about the shit is basically, like, if like, it's corny and stupid, so but like, there's no way to end. It's like, Frankie's able to ignore certain things and they go away, but somebody like me, or somebody like Brutally Honest, or somebody somebody like Brandon, or somebody like, I mean, you too, like, dude, like, your channel, like, dude, if you wanted to grow your channel, you definitely could. And and what would happen as you start to grow your channel is unavoidable, right? Is people here and there, to varying degrees depending on the channel, will attack you, right? Like,
obviously, yeah.
Right. And so
if I go live right now, it would be less about MMA, and it would be more about, exactly, what do you think on Giuliano? What do you think on yeah, and I understand, and I don't mind talking about that sort of shit. I don't. The thing with Frankie, though, like, and it's kind of something Guru did smart too as well. Like, and I'm not dissing him, but they're able to be like the brunt of the joke. You know what I mean? Like, they're able to, like, if I go in there right now and I said, hey, Frankie, you can't even drive a car, right? Like, he's just going to say, yeah, you know what, Cam? Like, I can't really, who gives a fuck? Anyway, who's your favorite fight? And it's like, if someone says that to you, you're kind of like, oh, well, what the fuck why would I go at him? But if I go into your channel and I say, hey, Giuliano, you can't drive a car, and I'm go to me, you would do the whole, well, actually, dude, I fucking had this car, and if someone comes to me, hey, Cam, you can't drive a car. Which one of my cars do you want to see, bro? I've got to cut you nose. So it's like, we all bring it upon ourselves in that way too.
I mean, yeah, okay, but that's like, see, that example is not so, because, and I'm not talking about the car shit specifically, bro. It's like, dude, Woe Black Betty busts my fucking balls hard, and it's like, I love Betty. That's fucking hilarious, right? it's like it's about somebody's energy. I can tell when somebody like this guy Spencer the Third is a fucking, you know, this guy. What's up, Tiffany? See, like Tiffany, she says good morning. Tiffany means good morning, right? This guy Spencer the Third. This guy, I mean, you know, he's like trying to rage bait, but he also thinks like this is a guy who like actually thinks that he like knows something and he's gonna be able to like get under people's skin. And it's like, dude, bro, Spencer the Second is fucking so disappointed in you, bro. He wished he never had a son. Like, please, you got a picture. What kind of car? Was that a Lamborghini in your picture, bro? You'll never ever be able to fucking rent one of those. But anyway, dude, like my point is like, you know, if somebody comes into my stream, it's like I'm kind of good at being emotionally detached and like, you know, cooking trolls to enough of an extent where it's like I don't really time people out unless they're spamming shit. Somebody like Idaho, when he does streams, he does them with a purpose. Like he's always doing like fight companions for 1,000 different promotions, so he'll just ban somebody like that. But what both of us are not doing is feeling one way or another about it, you know, because that person's a troll, or it's like if that person's someone we know, like and that we like, and they're busting balls, it's is what it is. Like the difference between that and like somebody, you know, manipulating somebody else into a situation where it's fucking, you know, farm drama and like, you know, so that they can do an attack stream, you know, for content because that's what they live off. Like the way the musical is fucking like he needs it, dude. He's got nothing else. He's got no other substance to, you know, to what he does, and like, you know, and it's gotten to like the walls are closing in. So it's like I forget if it was Mailson or somebody else. Like, you know, it was like, dude, he might have a drinking problem or like a drug problem. Like, I mean, speculating obviously, but it's just like
I think he likes the, you know, and I know you hate this word, so I'm trying to think of another one. No, like the community. You know, like I think he likes the community more than he does MMA. I think he likes the MMA YouTube community more than he likes MMA.
I think he likes having control in where he has no control. Dude, he's not. Dude, you have to understand. Like, I'm not gonna say his real name, but he's that guy. You know, the unemployed, faggot, retarded, failed musician in the rest of his life, right? On MMA YouTube, he's positioned himself in a place where he actually has power, and people treat him to enough of an extent like he's somewhat of a powerful person, or had, you know, at least with like a reverence or respect, you know, and it's the only place he can get it. So he's fucking like if anything threatens that, it's threatening. And also, dude, it's like, you know, it's the only source of income he has because he's lit, and that's of his own making, bro. He could go get whatever type of job, but in his mind, he thinks he's above that. You know, and that's what I hate, is like a narcissistic escapist. Like, I can't, you know, I fucking despise anybody. Vinny is like that, you know, like it's like, you know, and Vinny's fucking retarded. Musicals, like, you know, a little bit smarter and more Machiavellian, but it's like, dude, it's like clown show and musical are identical in all like the worst ways. Musical, I'll say it, you know, I'll never say that musical is not the worst. Like, he's definitely the worst because, you know, he's, you know, he's, I mean, if only because he's a little bit smarter. And so that makes him.
Well, I think, and even the other night when you were on his panel, I think Clown Show owns that a lot of his channel revolves around the drama and the back and forth and stuff. Whereas I think that's where musical, you know, and you know, like I'm not agreeing with everything you say, and I'm not disagreeing with it either. Like, musical has this kind of way of trying to keep that clean resume and not be a part of it, and kind of be like like you say, not, I wouldn't say guardian, but kind of like the overruling thumb that says what's okay and what's not okay.
Yeah,
but yet he's allowed to kind of delve into this part, like in a small example, right? Like, and it's like, I don't really give a fuck. It's like the whole Hank and Andrew B shit, like going at Hank for Andrew B, and you don't do that for a Down syndrome person, right? Like, it's just a way to score points, and I've been guilty of it too. Because on his soundboard, he has the breakfast, which comes from a clip called "Nuts for Pudding." It's a UK skit based on making fun of Down syndrome people.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It literally, like, so
dude,
it's just.
He's.
I can admit that I can be a narcissistic, arrogant fucking prick, but I at least I'm admitting it. You know what I mean? So, and it's like anyone, you said narcissist before. My honest opinion, and like I'm including myself in this, anyone who says, you know what, I'm going to make a channel because I think people should watch it, or I think people are going to watch it, that's like you have to be somewhat narcissistic to almost be successful. It's almost like a, like I wouldn't say it's too far off being.
You have to believe in yourself, and you have to be
Obviously, yeah. And there's
there's
obviously a difference between confidence and narcissism, but it's
definitely.
still there. Like, so but at the end of the day, dude, it's like
when it
I'm willing to accept accountability. Like, and the reason I'm on here, I'll circle back. Like, I'm willing to accept accountability that, yeah, sure, like I involved myself in a lot of all of this shit. But it's like, just because I jump on your panel or I go on Clowns or I'm over there in this person's chat, it doesn't mean everything that comes out of their mouth I am wholeheartedly believing, following, and encouraging. You know what I mean? But it's also not my job to go on. I'm allowed to tune in and watch whatever I want, and I'm allowed to listen to whatever I want. I'm allowed to say whatever I want. That's what I live by. So Brandon's whole thing is that I don't kind of like go on there and fight for what he believes in. That's his own fucking job. And he would say, well, Clown doesn't let him on the panel. That's not my fault, dude. Like, cry about it and go live on your own channel and talk about
honestly,
it, you know?
Sure, man. And it's like, I mean, dude, it's like, it's like the thing is, like, I think that, Brandon definitely is, like, he's fucking, what he's trying to do is, he's like, he's basically trying to establish, like, a certain level of humanity in you, the way he sees it, Like, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, like, he's trying to be like, dude, don't you see this fucking guy for what he is? And it's like, I know that you do, because I've seen you, like, I've seen you just basically, do everything but what Brandon thinks you should be doing, which, and it's like, I get why he's saying that, right? But at the same time, it's like, it's like, I see it from your side too. It's just like, on my end, dude, it's just like, it's like, because it's like, I just really, it's like, to enough of an extent, dude, it's like, I just want to, like, make sure it's like, yeah, it's like it's like you're picking up what I'm laying down, and that, and what that is like,
it's
in the end, shit's toxic, and it's like,
it is, yeah. And this is my entertainment, not my religion. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not, and it's like the whole thing, like, this was my point though, Brandon. Like, you're going off in the chat. It's like, Clown Show hates you. I didn't just hate you because he hated you. I waited to see what you would say, and you took the bait, and you hated me just because you hate Clown Show. So you're a self-destructive person. It's the same way. It's the same way Clown Show hates Giuliano. I don't hate Giuliano because Clown Show hates Giuliano. Right? That's not. I don't let someone else dictate my emotions. That's what you're doing, Brandon. So keep getting faded, dude, and forget about your reality. That's the only thing that's gonna save you, bro.
But at the end of the day, dude, it's like, Brandon does have, like, it's like he has a life, and it's like Clown Show's not Clown Show isn't die. It's like, it's like, obviously, it's like, and it's like, I will defend Brandon in the sense, because it's like, it's like I've talked to the dude, enough to where it's like really, it's like, it's like he'll get super intense, like, on a panel or, like, on YouTube talking about Clown Show, but, like, off of that, bro, it's like he's talking about other shit. He's got a life. He's got, and, like, yeah, he'll talk about MMA. Like, it's like, and so it's like, it's like I hear, and dude, him and Moy's audio do not get along, bro. But, like, both and Jimmy the Drunk is I don't know if Jimmy gets along with Moy's, but, like, regardless, like, it's like the three of them will, all basically come to the same consensus, like, about contract words, like, even though they don't.
But what about me and Douglas not getting along at all, but both coming to the same consensus on Brandon? Throw Myla in there too. I hate the bitch. She comes to the same consensus, right? So it's like, I'm not expecting you to pick sides here. Like, that's the other thing. I understand that you say you see my point of view and you see Brandon's, and that's where it should be.
It's kind of the same reason that you and Doug, because it's like, Brandon definitely comes
because he goes at us for being in the Clown Show. It's like, it's a ridiculous thing to live your life by. It's weird.
And that's true. I have a problem not talking, but I could easily leave a combo, which is. Yeah, dude, it's like, Brandon, it's like, the bottom line, dude, is like, I just fucking hate Clown Show. I fucking hate musical, and the reason that I don't hate, like, when I say I hate them, dude, I don't really give a fuck, right? I find them to be toxic, and I don't like, I don't like inauthenticity. I hate inauthentic. It's like, there's fundamental dishonesty about both of them, and Clownshot is kind of like just he's kind of in a desperate situation, so he's fucking he's forced to sort of come clean more and more, I guess, in like the recent like weeks or month or whatever about a lot of shit, but like it's like, dude, Musical is a fucking, he like, yeah, he's a soulless piece of shit, bro. He'll say whatever the fuck and push whatever narrative. Tomorrow he might just, call you a pedophile and say he has evidence. Like he's done shit. He's like he'll just pull shit out of his ass, because he needs it, and it's gotten worse and worse. Like. I mean, and it's and I thought about this for like a second. I've talked to various people about this shit, and it's like I've come to realize, dude, it all stems from him. Like almost every conflict, in what Frankie calls the community or the landscape, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? It's all traceable to him, dude. And it used to be also traceable to Clownshot, and still a little bit to Clownshot, but like because Clownshot was relegated to Kick, now it's like it's like, yeah, he's over there, and the people that followed him over there, it's like kind of a small hardcore group of people, but the guy's still, I mean, it's like if the guy who's like piloting the ship is a guy who fucking lives the kind of life that he does. Like, and it's like you don't have to know certain things like on paper and have direct evidence to understand that like that's a guy that has pretty much zero human interaction. That's like, any kind of emotionally healthy state. He doesn't have a social life. He, and he's, he's fucking, it's just like he's the worst kind of person, and it's like somebody like that finds the internet and they find. It's like you give somebody like that power, and it's like, what do you think? It's like, yeah, it's like they're gonna be destructive and probably self-destructive too, but like, to whatever extent they're allowed to be, as many people, and that's why, and it's like, it's like you see it when he like attacking his most loyal people like you, dude. Anakin doesn't even go on fucking anything anymore, like because of that. Because Clownshot just fucking attacked him, and then told him he was like a spy for me and all this bullshit. And so he's fucking.
You don't have to convince me on that though. You know what I mean. Like I don't think anyone should be that concerned with whether or not this person's showing up and doing this. It's different if it's like, hey, look, go live tonight, dude. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to come on, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And it's like, then it's like, well, yeah, what are you doing, dude? You said you were going to like fucking come on and have a go, because there has been times like that where people like Simon Fick, if he had no showed the other day, it's like, why tell everyone you're going on there? Why do all that? Like, what a waste of fucking time, right? But you with the hot seat before, I'm not saying I enjoy being on the hot seat, but it's literally like, yeah, I'm happy to go on there and be like, yo, clown, why the fuck are you mad that I missed one stream? Right, and so are a lot of people. Like, that's what you guys don't give a lot of. You say it's just me and I'm separate from the others. Logan J, if he misses a stream, he's on there like, dude, I was out drinking with my friends. Like, what? You know what I mean? I'm sure someone like, I don't like the guy, but I'm sure Douglas would be like, hey, dude, I was doing this. Vinny, I was working. And I think now that Clown is on Kick, I know it's something that he never wants to let go of, but I think he is slightly realizing that not everyone can make every stream. You know what I mean? And like, obviously, yeah, Clown knows that I think that is a bit like, it's annoying that I can't, like that you try and have these rules of this, that, and the other. Because at the end of the day, it's an entertainment show, and if I want to tune in, I will. If I don't, I don't. You know what I mean? And it's the same. It's the same with yours. It's like, if I want to tune in, I will. If I don't, I don't. Like, it's just, it is what it is. All of this shit has just gotten, it's spiraled, and it's became way bigger than it really should have. And
exactly.
It's weird, but
and it's like, and the thing is, like, let me just once again, like, the reason that it's like, any idea that I'm perpetuating this shit, dude. Musical can he made a fucking short trying to validate a bunch of bullshit that he accused me of, which doesn't even really hold up. But it's like, it's like the thing is, I can't say, you don't ignore something like that because it really doesn't go away. What it does is it builds credibility for something that, you know, but I can go live and just fucking be like, okay, let me deconstruct this real quick. When I probably would have gone live anyway, you know, and it's not, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, it's like, I think that like ultimately and like ultimately it's kind of like now, dude, it's like enough, you know, enough of this shit, dude. Because it's like, dude, in 6 months or in 3 months or a month from now, I don't know necessarily what I'm even fucking, you know, gonna necessarily be doing, like, you know, like, you know, relatively, but like, you know, what I don't want to be doing is I don't want to be fucking talking about like, you know, drama on fucking YouTube. Like, I want, dude, like you know, I fucking, like, it's just fucking stupid, dude. It's like, it doesn't generate any, but it's like and that's the thing. It's like, who does it benefit? It only benefits the fucking people. Yeah.
Watching it, yeah, it's entertaining. And I see you in there, Cheetah Head, like, dude, why don't you click the link, bro? You literally are known around the community as being a fat guy that gets called Cheetah Cock. Like, I see you in the Watch Clown Show streams for multiple hours, watching along on YouTube, typing your little thoughts. So don't act like you aren't entertained by all of this shit too. Don't sit on your high horse, bro. Welcome to click the link, Cheetah. You're welcome to come on in.
Well, I mean, dude, I mean, I'll drop the link. I don't think Cheddarhead's gonna. I mean, I don't think Cheddarhead's ever come on a panel, so it's like,
Yeah,
but,
shocker.
I mean, sure, but like, I mean, Cheddarhead did, dude. When I fucking dropped the fucking, when I was like, yo, Conzo, here's a fucking flight itinerary, like, you know, dude, Cheddarhead fucking messaged him and said, like, you're a fucking bitch and you're a coward, like stop being a pussy. And Conzo sent him a fucking novel, dude, in all caps, you know, just bitching and bloviating and making excuses and being, you know, and being a pussy, like, you know, and it was fucking hysterical. Chad said it to music and showed it to me. It was funny as fuck. And like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, so it's, you know, but also it's, I mean, you know, it's like Cheddarhead, dude. It's like, you know.
Yeah, I don't have a thing against him, but it's just
I
like,
mean, I love him to death, but
he's one of these people that tries to also sit on the high horse above all this shit, and then comes in here swooping in with small little comments. It's it probably is because of the negative musical shit, to be fair. But
yeah.
but Cheetah he likes giving his 2 cents as well, so I'm just giving it back to him. I don't
No,
even
for sure.
really give a
I
fuck
mean,
about Cheetah Head.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, the thing about Cheddarhead too, dude, is like, I mean, he'll talk about fucking fat girls like all day and like what a degenerate he is, and send
At least he's honest. Yeah.
Yeah, he's mad honest, dude. He'll send me a fucking picture of like, you know, food in the microwave. Like, this is all I fucking care about right now. But like, you know, I mean, the bottom line is like, you know, I don't know. I mean, you know, I just like, you asked about 9 bro, right? And like, you know, it's like when I first, you know, so like 4 different people messaged me the musical had made that short, right? Like, you know, I'm not even subscribed to his channel, you know, like, and so I watch it and it's like, you know, I see the 9 Bros commented like sarcastically. I think he said something like, you could always trust Giuliano, like sarcastically, right? And so I commented, I was like, dude, this is clearly taken out of context. And also musical did, I mean, I don't even know if he's trolling or whatever, like, but dude, he hashtagged bullying survivor in this fucking video he made. Like, it's like, bro, you just did 3 attack streams straight on me. Like, and one on Hank is his most recent, which is the lowest hanging fucking fruit. It's not even on the tree, it's just rotting on the ground, you know, at that point. And it's just like, and this dude's a bullying survivor. It's like, either he's really trying to get my channel fucking taken down with that shit, like it's been doing real specific, like, you know, or, you know, or this is like, or his fucking frantic fucking internet obsessed mind is just like, you know, spiraling out and going spastic, as, you know, as fucking he or Jock would say, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, it's like, look, like, I'm sick of this shit. Like, you know, it's like, you know, dude, like a week and a half ago, dude begged to do a prediction video with me because like he was finally criticized for doing 0 MMA content and, you know, and being up, you know, like,
yeah, no, and I've heard you say this, but my whole thing, right, is like, and I've tried to kind of tell you this from the start, like, I think, and don't take this the wrong way, man, but I think a lot more of these people than you realize do kind of see you as a bit of a lolcow. They know there's going to be drama involved in your channel, so that they watch along
Well,
for that. Like a lot of them aren't your like. And here's the thing, right? Because
well, I
with
don't
the
think
like with musical, just from an outside point of view, and I could be wrong on this, and maybe he'll prove me wrong, or maybe you will, but it's like a bad look that the moment he sees you donating to Guru, all of a sudden he's kind of buddy and he's putting you on your show platform.
that's not
Yeah,
actually.
like let me finish though, and then you can like rebuttal it, right?
Yeah, got it.
And then he gets like the $4,000. The moment the kind of money goes through, all of a sudden you're this evil person, and you take advantage of women and the thing and stuff. And then you have $1,000 tournament that comes out of nowhere where there's money involved, and all of a sudden musical's actually like, you know what, Giuliano deserves another chance. It's like do you not
that Kim, the
draw
order
a conclusion there?
the order of all those things that you just said is actually incorrect. So Guru fucking told me Guru prompted me to make a channel initially, and then commented on my first video and shit. So I'm musical, obviously, like, knew who the fuck I was to a relative degree. He didn't actually, like, I didn't get to know him until he, like I said, that one guy, fucking the first guy that ever fucking attacked me in the comments of my fucking of a video of mine, right? Like, he was too much of a bitch to like actually go on a panel with me. So musical comes along and fucking, goes, oh, I'll host a debate, right? And it was, I knew it was content for him. Like, I'm not, dude, I'm not fucking retarded, dude. I know I can't trust, like, especially people that know that I fucking, it's like, oh, this guy donated. And dude, the whole reason I would donate to Guru, by the way, is to argue with him, bro. And you know what I mean? Like, because you get a certain amount of characters, right? And it's like, yeah, okay, I just made this much off UFC. It's like, dude, it's fractional the amount of money, but it's like, but whatever, and the thing is, like, it's not that, like, musical just, like, sure, it's like, and I offered to get him a new laptop because I figured it's like, I'll get this dude an HP or like whatever the fuck, right? And then and it's like, by the time it's like, I knew everything I've ever done has been a calculated risk, and it's not that he just, like, it's not that I had this tournament and then he came out of the woodwork. He reconciled with me because I had started going on that Northern King guy's streams occasionally, and it's like, he's like, fuck, like, Giuliano's everywhere, and like, he's, and enough people refuse to turn on him and everything. So it was like it was a smart political move for him to do that. And it's like, I knew he wasn't reconciling with me out of, because he like fucking saw the light, dude. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's just like, at the end of the day, like, I don't want like some fucking gay Cold War thing, so it's like, all right, whatever. It's like, yeah, I'll reconcile with this dude, and I'll do a fucking stream with him, and whatever, and he could be the other captain in this tournament. I don't give a fuck, right? But then, it's like, and then it's like, okay, it's self-destructive for him to do what he just did, which is fucking, like, cross me again, and like, really, like, this close to having done all this shit to, like, essentially cozy up to me and shit. So, I mean, and also, and a bunch of other people too. It's like a baffling number of people that he now has problems with. So it's like, it's like an implosion. So, and he's like more frantic, and I'm sure his money problems are worse. And it's like, of course I kicked him out of the fucking tournament because of it. And then, dude, fucking, I think Jock even asked that. He's like, well, I thought you didn't want your tournaments to be like cons. I'm like, bro, you think musical is gonna have a shot at getting, like, more money out of me? I mean, it's like, I'm not fucking, it's like, whatever. It's like, dude, I made that $4,000 back way faster than, like, he didn't rack up more debt or whatever the fuck that actually went towards. But, like, I mean, I was solidified in knowing something that I already suspected for that. And, that, like, it's like, it's like anything else, dude. It's like, okay, I suspect something, and, I'm willing to take a certain loss for what I ultimately gain, right? If the gain outweighs the loss, it's worth it. Like, monetary value.
I get it.
Yeah.
Let me just address some of these comments in chat real quick. Cheetahhead, I woke up to an Aussie making excuses to missing a clown. It's like, dude, if you're waking up to Giuliano streams, that says more about you than it does about me. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but that's, like, you're falling asleep listening to another guy. And I'm not Australian, I'm New Zealand. I understand the accent's hard to go through, but that's Cheetahhead. Who's on panel, Grimy? I want the smoke. Alan, you're too nice to get the smoke, dude. You're a better person than me. I'm not going to cook you. Naomi, not even on the tree. I actually don't mind. I like Naomi, to be fair. Like, her and Hank are my two
Yeah,
favorite Jews. Spencer, why are you taking advice from a clown show enjoyer? It's not even like that's such a dumb statement. I'm not even trying to give advice. It's just a conversation
no,
between two people that can
I
actually.
think he was talking to me, asking me why.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, but it's a dig at me. But yeah, well, you
Yeah,
address it.
yeah, dude, Spencer. Like, okay? This dude Spencer the third will come in my streams, and he's always got criticisms of shit. But like, like honestly, Spencer, like I asked you, like who are your fucking 3 favorite YouTubers, or one? Who do you like, Spencer? Who are you a fan of? Because I know who you're not a fan of, bro. Supposedly you're not a fan of me, but you're in here on my dick for hours on end, bro. So like, so you must enjoy listening to me, bro. Like, like definitely. I mean, is it a clown show thing with you? Like with him, do you have a fight? Like, because I mean, clown show did 8.5 minutes talking about my dick and my hair and comparing me to James Dean. Like, are you clown show on an all, Spencer the third? Like, fuck is your story? You don't want to say it. You're a pussy, just like fucking Jock, just like musical, just like clown show. Like, you don't want to say shit about yourself. So like, fuck your mother, bro. Click the link.
And Grimy, like having a cry. Like, I don't have an issue with Grimy, bro, but like a lot of you guys do just kind of want to click the link for a little bit, like to make friends. You guys just want to smoke pot and have like someone to make friends with. And I think every now and then there's other people that click the link and bring something different. But I get that you guys don't like clown, and therefore that's more on you than it is on me.
Well, I mean, Kim, like, yeah.
Like,
I
don't know Grimy, so
yeah,
I can't even really respond to
for sure,
what about.
And I mean, dude, it's like, so what dude, because it's like, dude, at the end of the day, bro, I like you and you're smart, and like, I like talking about fucking MMA and shit, and it's like, and you have the times I've had like conversations like that, which is what like we're all supposed to be fucking doing here in the first place, right? Like,
True.
That shit's been like, enjoyable. You have decent takes on shit and all of that, right? So it's like, it's like, I like, once again, bro, it's like, I'm not trying to fucking, I would never push an ultimatum on you. All I'm saying is like, you're over there, getting to an exasperated point, because that's how clown show panels go, right? Like all the time. Like, I mean, this shit is like, this is a couple hours, bro. 19-hour streams over there, right? And it's like, and playing people against each other just for his own fucking sense of power. And so it's like, a bunch of these people who don't really fucking know you are gonna just associate you with him. And and it's like, and it's like, you get, and it's like, I get that, at the end of the day, you're like, all right, fuck it, like, I don't give a fuck about them. But also it's like, but it's like, that would make sense to me if it were like, if you were over there and you were like, and Clowntra was a guy that you fucking, had like respect for, and there was a mutual thing there, and you're like, fuck it, dude, this guy's my friend, you're not gonna fucking like, but it's not. He puts you in situations just like he puts anybody else in situations that are uncomfortable and annoying and fucking, repetitive and shit. And it's like, and that's the thing. It's like, and that's why, like, this guy Spencer is just like saying whatever the fuck to be a fucking piece of shit. And like, it's like, Spencer, what would you do differently? Just like to be like, oh, Gio, you're just perpetuating shit like you're accusing other people of. It's like, nah, dude. It's like, I'm trying to do this to end that. Like, you know what I mean? So if that requires me to have like 1 to 3 or 4 like streams like this, it's like, sure. Because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, all right, there's a fucking resolution of sorts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I want you to be in the fucking tournament, like, after, it's the final on Saturday, and then I'm going to start a new one with 322. Like, if you don't want to do it because of whatever, like, dude, I have no animosity. I'm not going to fucking... Sorry.
Well, you say do, like, I don't actually have to, it's just putting my Tapology picks, isn't it? Like, I'm doing that anyway.
Yeah, so it's like the first 2 weeks there are teams, and then it becomes a round of 16 tournament where it's like just AI randomized, where you're just like matched up one-on-one against, whoever else. So it's like, yeah, it's like you join the topology group associated with the shit, and then, you don't really have to do shit else. I mean,
so it's not like a...
Yeah, super low maintenance compared to fucking Clown Show's bullshit.
Right.
You know, and I mean, dude, like, you know, and like, you know, I'm not, dude, trust me, it's like the stream is not like about selling you on that. It's just like, you know, it's like I just, you know, like, I mean, you say that, like, you know, you're gonna be off of YouTube and like going, you know, it's like your life is just taking a different direction.
It's not even like off of YouTube, right? It's like YouTube's something everyone's gonna always have installed on their phone. It's just like I'm not gonna have 6 or 7 hours to watch UFC every single Sunday. It takes my entire Sunday to watch it, and then on top of that, there's like these streams that you're entertained with. I'm not gonna be working at the same place. Like I'm basically not even really gonna be working, so I'm not gonna have the opportunity during the day while I'm working to listen to streams and kind of know what's going on with the community. And it's like, why I don't put the community first. I wouldn't be in all these streams if I didn't watch UFC. So if I'm going to be stopping watching MMA and UFC, why would I be a part of the clown show or a part of the Giuliano show or a part of music? You know, like I'm just not going to. I don't have the time. I've got at a certain point. I've got to be like, shit. I'm 24. I want to do this with my life. I want to go here. I want to have kids. I want, you know, like I'm an actual normal fucking person when it comes to it.
Yeah, dude. And look, man, like, you know, I think every, you know, I think everything's been said that, like, you know, makes sense to say. I think, like, you know, I think you know, like, dude, it's like I know where you're coming from, and shit, and like, you know, you know, and it's like, dude, like a lot of people are like, damn, Cam actually paid $1,500. It's like, I mean, you know, what that says to me, it's like, you know, it's like I mean, dude, no one wants to pay something, you know, like no one wants to pay a bet that they lost, but it's like you do it, you know what I mean? It's like, but anyway, like, yeah, dude, I think, dude, like, honestly, like, I will wrap this, and I want to say, like, yeah, I mean, I appreciate you, like, coming on panel, dude. Like, you're never one to, like, fucking back down from shit or be, you know, or be a pussy or be untruthful as far as I can tell, and, you know, I respect that a lot. Dude, I'm gonna ask you a fucking MMA question. Like, you got Randy Brown, you got Brown or Bonfim on Saturday?
I think I'm going to take Randy Brown.
Yeah, me too. Me too, actually.
Yeah. I think he's pretty good. I think a lot of his losses were like, you know, like I think because I kind of lost hope in him when he lost to JDM, even though I always liked JDM. But in hindsight, it's like it's not a bad loss. I think he uses his range really well too. The Nicholas Dolby fight was his last fight, right? Or has he had one since then?
He knocked out the only guy to ever defeat.
First guy to finish him. Looked great. Been putting things together. I like him. I like him at welterweight. I think he'll win. And I'm not huge on the Bonfim brothers anyway.
Yeah, I think the other one's just a boxer too. I think he had that. I mean, that's a good. He's fighting Chris Padilla. I think Padilla's a good fucking underdog. Brown's an underdog too, actually. It's a weird card, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, these last couple cards I haven't even really been too invested in. I'm more looking forward to 3-2-2 and Hooker Armand too, obviously being a Kiwi, right?
Yeah, I mean, dude, like, all right, so I'll ask you that too, since you're, you know, I mean, Oceania and everything, right? Like, I mean, are you really gonna take JDM?
To beat Islam, I am taking JDM. Yeah.
You're crazy, bro.
I don't know, dude. Islam's not gonna have that size difference. I mean, think dude, that helps him a lot.
You know they both walk around the same fucking weight. Like,
yeah, but look with technique and having someone like Craig Jones in your corner. Look how much Volk was able to adapt and get himself back to the feet and show grit and turn it into a fight. And Islam kind of, you know, when the going got tough, he lost those later rounds. I can see JDM. I think, and I also think fighting Bilal Muhammad was a perfect foundation for that fight. I think that was the perfect blueprint. It was like a warm up, right? It's like the tutorial on a game.
I mean, you could look at it like that, but I think Bilal actually is a guy. It's like as a grappler, he's always been overrated and underrated as a striker, which is how he beat Leon Edwards. Like, I mean, dude, Islam is just like, I mean, especially with like, you know, at 170, dude, it's like, I mean, you know, like the Islam. I mean, JDM had problems just being held up against the cage by Basil Hafez. Like, I don't know, man. It's like, dude, I love JDM, but like, fucking.
That was a double weight cut, though. That was maybe that was Basil on short notice. People think he might have been on roids because he's looked fucking terrible since then in like all aspects of his game. Like there was a few questions there, you know what I mean? And I was really pro. I like JDM too, but I was very pro Bilal in that last fight, and I was like this. I just couldn't see JDM winning, and he's just completely changed my perspective on it. So I'm like, I'm not going to doubt it, even though Islam, because I had Islam beating Saporia too. So it's like I
mean,
favor Islam as being a good fighter. I just think at welterweight, I don't think it's gonna the size difference that he has over because a lot of the lightweights he's beaten were actually featherweights coming up. Like they might have been in their lightweight phase, but you look at Moicano featherweight, Poirier featherweight, Volk featherweight, Hooker featherweight. You know, like
I mean, subbing Charles Oliveira though for the title. I
True.
mean, look at the people he fought on the way up too. Like he fought Bobby Green and Bobby. We're talking about prime Bobby Green. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, it's gonna be a crazy fight. That whole card is fucking sick, dude. Especially the main card, dude. You got Morales versus fucking Sean Brady. That dude, I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen in that fight. I know Process is gonna fucking beat Leon Edwards' ass, but like.
I'm taking Brady in that. I'm confident Brady wins that.
Oh god, dude, I'm fucking. See, I might be on Morales, dude. It's just like I don't. It's just like he's so slick, but it's like I don't know. It's like what happens if when Brady takes him to the ground?
But what about the close decision with him and Matthews? Well,
Yeah,
not close, but
yeah, it's like
close enough.
True, yeah, and it's like it's like one thing about him is like it's like obviously it's like I don't like when people like are like, oh, this dude's only fought like people past their prime and shit, because it's like it's like people said that about Mirzakhanov until he just finished Rakic in the first round, and now it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like I knew I was right about him, like it's like
Right, yeah,
but also like it's like has Morales' grappling ever been tested, dude? It's like the last time I went back and watched tape on him from shit before the UFC was a long time ago, and it's like I don't know, dude. You never have to do that again. It's just.
Yeah, I think Prates kills Leon though.
Oh
to
yeah,
be honest.
100%. I mean, dude, like, and it's like it was obvious that Jeff Neal would be. I mean, Jeff Neal's. I don't know if Jeff Neal's ever been finished in the first round like that, but like it's like Jeff Neal.
No.
He attacks with forward pressure. You do that to Carlos Prates, you're going to sleep. But like Leon Edwards could try to point fight the way that fucking Ian Gary did, but then Ian Gary, it's like. I feel like Prates will never make that same mistake because he almost finished Gary in the last, like 20 more seconds in the fifth round of that fight, it would have been a finish.
Yeah.
And that that's the thing. I don't think Prates is ever gonna fucking take his time like that again because like it fucked him in that fight. Like,
I think Gary's adjustments are good though too. Like I don't like Gary, but you got to give him credit for like the adjustments he can make, and he does have fight IQ. Leon kind of just gives up on himself if it's not going his way or it's not going how he's expected. Like
Leon has all the ability, and he has like retarded lack of fight IQ. It's like it's just like he doesn't. It's like because in the Bilal fight, dude, he literally replicated. I think it was the third round where he replicated the same body triangle that Bilal had put him in. It's like a fucking Dragon Ball Z character. But so it's like he could do that, but it's like. He can't adjust for shit, right? And his corner wasn't any help. They were just screaming at him and shit. But like, I mean, it's like, okay, so like some people fight to like kill. Like even though Hamzat didn't finish DDP, Hamzat's a guy who like fights to kill his opponent, right? And you see a lot of that shit with like certain heavyweights and whatever the fuck, right? Then there's fighters like Lerone Murphy who fight to win, right? But like but that doesn't mean they're not looking for finishes. Ian Gary fights to win in kind of a fucking in a way. It's like you look at the way he fought Jeff Neal. It's like he was just making sure he was slightly up on and it still went to split decision. And like yeah, dude, like I don't know. I mean, yeah, he still beats Bilal Muhammad, I think, but in that fight. But I mean, it's only. I mean, dude, it's like. Oh my god, dude! Fucking JDM. It's like I'm gonna be so happy when fucking Islam wins, so that he goes back down and fucking fights Ilya, and like, Yeah, you know, it's just like all this like moving around divisions lately has been fun. It's like that's why I love Marab and Pantoja to enough of a degree because you know, yo, what's up, Unit? Because like they're just holding down their divisions. Yeah, and, like
I just think active champs, right? Like I kind of came through on the era of like it wasn't when I started, but it was probably when I like piqued my interest was the era of the Usman and the Izzy and the like just like maybe boring performances but active champions. So I just missed that kind of.
well, Marab's about to break the record for title defense.
Yeah, he is. But
Yeah.
Hamza, Ilya,
Well, I mean,
Islam,
dude,
like a lot of them aren't.
Sure. I mean, Hamza just won the
Espinal
title.
couldn't help it.
Yeah, I know, and it's dude, I don't know what to make of that eye poke situation. But yo, Prime MMA, I'm saying, dude, Hamza, bro, DD, do you know who's ever who's ever looked even close to that against Dricus Duplessis? Lerone Murphy was up against the fucking can off of fucking Bellator. Each one's worse than the last coming into the UFC, dude. That was an easy KO and an easy finish that they gave him to position him for a title shot because Volkanovski looks at the contenders and picks Lerone Murphy as the guy that he has the best shot against, And I still think Lerone Murphy beats Volkanovski, but of course, like if you're, dude, I'm saying Lerone Murphy fights to win, but like he's not, but that doesn't mean he doesn't look for finishes. Whereas like Ian Gary doesn't care if he gets a finish or not. He's just like, he doesn't necessarily see those opportunities. He'll play it safe just to win a fight. Whereas Lerone Murphy will still, dude, he was backed against the cage, and and he saw the fucking, he saw the opportunity. It was a perfect performance against Aaron Pico. I mean, dude, Hamza, dude, Dricus, you try fucking taking Dricus Duplessis to the ground like that and cinching up a sub, dude. Like, I mean, look what he did to fucking Robert Whittaker, bro. Robert Whittaker's no joke. He did way better against the Ritter than anyone thought. And yeah, Ian Gary's a point fighter. That's what I'm saying. But it's like, so is MVP. But like MVP, I mean, it's like, he's still MVP arguably. Like, it's like you take either their last three fights. Like MVP has inflicted more damage on his opponents probably than fucking. Like, look what he did to Shara. Like, more damage.
Well, a lot of people just say he dances and then throws one strike. I find his fights entertaining, man. I thought the Kevin Holland fight was entertaining. I thought the Jared Cannonier fight was entertaining. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be a back and forth war every time. Like,
I think
it's a fun style to watch.
Yeah, it definitely is. His prime in Bellator though is fucking so much better.
Yeah, finishes always make everything better too.
Yeah, for sure. But finish or not, dude, it's just like, I think in the UFC, dude, he's like the Shara fight was definitely his best, performance so far because it's like, because I'm looking at his opponents and I'm like, okay, if Cannonier could fucking win that third round, he could have done the same thing in the second. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but he didn't really even like take him down as per se. It was kind of a slip too. Like Cannonier would he was a dumbass in that fight for a start. Like,
yeah, no,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and that's my point. Is like MVP still confuses people into not performing as well as they can. And also, Prime MMA, dude, you do know that this is a rematch, right? And Rob has already beaten Jan. Cannonier wasn't entertaining at all. You just named an Ian fight. You could. What are you talking about, dude? Ian didn't fight Cannonier, you fucking idiot. They're different divisions. I was talking about MVP, you fucking piece of shit. Yo, tell me your favorite YouTuber, Spencer the Third, now. I'm gonna ban you from my channel. Like, So, yo, Spencer, guess what, dude? Like, Spencer, I have more power than you. I can make you go bye-bye forever. You ready for that? Like, all right, no?
all right, yeah. I'm a dip anyway, man.
Take it easy.
Peace.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Seriously, like, thanks for fucking, just like showing up, clearing the air, being fucking honest about shit, and I've always looked at you that way, dude. So like, respect, whether you're in this tournament or not, dude. I mean, that's such a small thing in the scheme of things, but take care of yourself, and like, we'll fucking talk.
Yeah, man. All right, well, cheers for dropping the link and fucking giving me and Brandon the chance to talk to each other. Anyway, go back and forth. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, believe it or not, I think like he'll come around like on certain things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
anyway,
we'll see.
Yeah.
All right,
dude.
man.
Peace.